Hello, everybody. Game 3, the first Montreal playoff home game since 2021. And I don't think there were a lot of people there. The impacts of COVID-19 pandemic. Basically, all 24 American teams had to be on their side. All the Canadian teams had to be on their side. The Canadians were permitted to issue 3,500 tickets for the Bell Center after Quebec health officials denied the team's request to increase it to 50% capacity, which would have been about 10,000 people. So 16,000 people were allowed to watch the Lightning play. 3,500 were allowed to watch the Montreal Canadiens play. And this is the first time that we've had a full Bell Center for a playoff game in a really, really long time. And I think that's cool. It's one of the best barns in the whole barn. Listen to those crowds. Listen to them right now. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. It's electric in there. Their pregame, I mean, Drew said, how much better is their pregame compared to Toronto? I mean, look at the fans. How much I don't know. It's like, hey, how much better is how's this person compared to Wayne Gretzky? Like they are undefeated. They are amazing fans. That building is absolutely bonkers. Listen to them. Obviously, we're gonna get the anthem here. Again, I would be so down if TV never showed the anthem, but that fired up crowd beforehand was definitely worth it. And I think we're gonna have a good one tonight. Now, I have a quandary, which is I'm not totally sure that the Montreal Canadiens are going to score much more in this series. Patrick Laine is out. He's got a upper body injury. By the way, the last time the Montreal Canadiens played to a full Bell Center in the playoffs, 2016, 2017, they lost in the first round against the Rangers. That was the last time. And the time before that was 14-15. There has not been a lot of full playoff games in Montreal in the last 10 years. So the fans are just dying for this, like water in the desert. And I have to say, I don't love saying what I said there about Montreal not being able to score a lot. Caulfield, Suzuki, they've looked really, really good. But my problem beyond that first line is who else has looked dangerous? Whereas with the Caps, boy, you see some real high danger opportunities all the time. And it's sort of at will. They seem to kind of make it happen. Now, that's the joy of a series where you got the first team in the conference versus the team that barely squeaked in. But sometimes a team will catch magic. Sometimes a team grabs it and they're like, yeah, we don't care that we're the 8th seed. I'm thinking about the Los Angeles Kings in 2012. Drew says the Minnesota Wild right now. Here's the difference with the Minnesota Wild right now. They were good, and then all their best players went down, and then they were not good, and then their best players have come back, and now they're good. I don't think if Kaprizov plays 60 games this year that they're even in a wild card spot. Montreal is literally a young team. They have rebuilt since the Stanley Cup final. There are guys that have been there. Suzuki, Caulfield, they went. Slafkovsky, Gallagher, Josh Anderson, they were all there. But a lot of changes have taken place. And I'm thinking, obviously, we know this is a house money series. We're happy for the Habs as far as they go. Got to be proud that they made it. I'm not totally sure what they're going to do to counter the Washington Capitals today. It's just looked that sort of lopsided, which is kind of nuts when you think about it. By the way, hello, chat. I think so. What are your predictions for tonight? Habs make it 2-1 or Caps make it 3-0? I'm going to go with my heart or my head. I won't tell you how I voted. You tell me how you vote. By the way, I want to know this. Give me your opening goal scorer. I think it's going to be Washington, and I think it's going to be Connor McMichael. Who do you think it's going to be? Give it to me. Give me the score. Give me the opener. I got to know. Jacqueline K. Slav was wearing full face gear. Yeah, I think so we got Suzuki. We got Tom Wilson. Ovi all night. Habs, Jake Evans. I predict that it won't end in a tie. David, man, such a bold prediction, David. Such a bold prediction. How did you come up with that? Oh, Mark R says Demidov. Listen, he looked pretty good next to Evans and Heineman. I don't think that's where he's gonna stay. Obviously, Newhook, Evans, Demidov, Heineman, Oliver Kapanen is in, and Joel Armia. Oh, also, Drew said there is a picture he has sent me. It's not a computer, my computer yet, so I'm going to pull it up. Apparently, 10 people joined up as members before it even started. Oh, look at this. Salty Canadian, Jacob, Skull Kid, Butcher, Cody Wilder, John, Aaron Bunch, Catherine T, Dirty Darbs. I love to know who Dirty Darbs is. That guy, 177. Jake and Ruisk. All new members. Some of you SDP VIP ad free, which gives you early access to the podcast and ad free access to the podcast every single time. How's that feel? And the podcast is up, kids. And the game is about to start. I'm going to give you a clap to start the game so we can all align our streams. Are you ready? Here we go. Boom. Let's go. So, Montreal wins face-off draw. I might lose my voice, and I'm not going to lie. Matthew J says PLD, second 5. TMB Sports, I get your hate of anthems, but the passion. You know what? Anthems in the playoffs, I'll take. Anthems in the playoffs, I will take. Dustin Tyson, noted Habs fan Adam Wylde. Yeah, well, I'm helping them out today. I'm giving them love, except for the fact that I'm not sure. Arbor Jack guy messing around in warm up here. I think it's hilarious that they put him in. I wonder, is anybody actually going to fight Arbor Jack guy? Drew says, yeah, he's going to play 6 minutes and he's going to throw his body around. If he plays any more than 6 minutes, the Caps are going to feast. Like, you don't want Arbor Jack guy playing hockey in the playoffs, right? 118 penalty minutes this season, 6 majors. That's it, just 6. You know why? Nobody wants to fight him. He's a good fighter. I'm actually surprised Pizzetta's not in. If you're going to do Jack guy, wouldn't you put Pizzetta in too? Just go all goon? I guess they do want to play hockey. So, you know, I'm curious when Jack guy does play, which is going to be rare. He's paired with David Savard. Who's going to take him? Is Tom Wilson really going to fight that guy? Because I know the Habs take that trade every time. He's not going to fight that guy. And they have him in there so that nobody rolls over. I didn't want to say Lane Hudson. I mean, Cole Caulfield. Nice move there through center. Anderson looking like he wants to be a power forward tonight. Little cross check at the end. Little push from Tom Wilson. Man, listen. So Xhekaj gets on the ice. He grabs Tom Wilson. Then what? Tom Wilson just keeps his gloves on. What's going to happen? This is the issue the Habs find themselves in. You got to have toughness. Take it from a Leafs fan who knows this. You got to have toughness throughout the lineup. I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. We did not know what that was until this season. You know what? If you don't believe me, listen to Drew. Toughness throughout the lineup. His team actually wins cups. Imagine that. What you say, Hayden? Or Drew? You think you're about to... Drew thinks they're about to choke. I don't think the Avs are about to choke. Any team with Nathan McKinnon, no way. 18:42 left in the first period. Dustin Tyson, what's with all the warm-up shenanigans? Well, if you've been missing it, Cole Caulfield's been run over several times in this series. Like, just bowled over by Tom Wilson and Ovechkin and a few other guys. So they got a tough guy in the lineup to go, hey, knock that out. But I don't know. I don't know how much it's going to do. I think Montreal's got to score some goals. And I think they got to get more from their depths. You see Slavkovsky and Beauvillier doing the old cross check. It's going to be a chippy night, I guess. Drew, I mean, listen, play-wise, this series has not been the most exciting. But, Drew, do you think there's any way? Oh, there you go. There's Cole Caulfield. Do you think there's any way the Montreal Canadiens could come back in this series? Drew says no, they might win a game or two. This is where I'm not totally convinced. They haven't showed beyond that one line that they can really score. It's probably good that Line is sitting out. If it's actually an injury that he's got, he was playing like he was injured. I hope it was injury and not effort, man. It wasn't good. Okay, the time is 18:27. 18:27, kids. Are you ready? I'm going to give you a clap. Align your streams. Oh, Drew's got the clock up. Yes, Drew. Thank you, sir. Look at that. Drew, round of applause for Drew, everybody. Richard Trefino says they can come back, but Montembeault has to continue to play like Ken Dryden. Man, if there's an MVP for Montreal in this series, it's Montembeault. He's been great. Guy's great. Arbor Xhekaj, by the way, playing in his first career playoff game. $18 minutes exactly left in the first. Nick Dowdline had some good chances last game. Kind of curious to see how if they're able to convert. Lars Eller's also been his usual pain in the ass self. And I was impressed with Ryan Leonard in game 2. Game 1, he looked a little overmatched. He's a young guy. I think he'll be okay tonight. He's looking like him and Mangiapane looked like they had some stuff going last game. By the way, for a third line center, the Caps sure got Lars Eller for like next to nothing. They've been brilliant at just taking advantage of teams who are like, yeah, we need to get rid of this guy, or we're underperforming, or we got to get rid of this money, or whatever. Smart. They've been real smart. Alexiev wearing the full face. Oh, Ovi gets. I think it was Ovi and Carrier there ran into each other. Good save. Oh, okay. Yeah, Montreal's going to be chippy. Matheson just goes right to the goalie. Caulfield, see what they're doing? They make sure that every time they're toe-to-toe with Caulfield that he falls. McMichael just is like, nope, you're going to fall down now. Drew says it's crazy because he's the same size as Gallagher, but Gallagher's so much tougher. Yeah, I think Gallagher's got sort of old man strength, but I think that was also Gally's game, right? That was always his thing. Low center of gravity. But yeah, no, Colt Caulfield is getting, again, knocked around in this series aggressively. Silent Rob 1192 says the Eller trade was Dubas doing another player a favor. Ha ha ha. I think he did his team a favor too. There's no goodness in having Lars Eller just sit on the Penguins as they sort of rot this season, right? By the way, I loved his press conference. I like when he's at least honest. And he was honest. Sandin, tipped. Oh, we got a goal. McMichael. I called it. I did call it. I knew he'd been good. Yeah, McMichael. And that's a tip in. Guys, I'm telling you. That took the wow. It is, listen to it. It's silent in the Bell Center. And this is just sort of a floppy goal. Wow. Sandin shoots. I think that's Matt Roy that's deep. And then he turns around and shoots. And I don't know how McMichael gets his stick on this. I want to see that. Oh, it goes off the shaft. Yeah. I mean, that's a goal, man. Or is it Math? I think it's McMichael. It might go off Matheson's stick. We'll find out. Maybe I was wrong, Drew. Maybe it went off Matheson's stick. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, wait, I owe you $60? Oh, I just won Drew $60. He put $3 on McMichael for the first goal. Good. Yay, Drew. That's awesome. Enjoy that $60. I feel good about myself. Now listen. This is by no means over, but this is how every game is basically started, right? Caps score. They're going to go up like 2-0 here. Then they're going to try to park the bus in front of the net. Montreal's going to score a goal, maybe 2, try to tie it up, and then the Caps are going to just do whatever they want. And I think maybe this time they go for 3. Because then you know the game's over. Habs have not scored more than 2 goals in a game this series. 2 goals and then a 1 goal. You're not going to win a lot of games only scoring 3 goals in 2 games. Yanaki Toronto says this series is over. LMAO. Now, Yanaki, with your last name, I'm going to assume you're a Leafs fan and therefore a little biased. I don't know if we can take that as unbiased journalism, Yanaki. 15:38 left in the first period. Washington has 2 shots. They've scored on one of them. They all came, by the way, those 2 shots came on the same play. Drew says, who scored next? Oh, man, that's a really good question. Let's see. Man, you know who else is due? Tom Wilson. He's had a good series, and he's got good vision out there. I just don't know if he's gonna shoot. Here's Savard. It's blocked. So there's Savard, Jack Guy out there for he's not gonna be out there a lot, but if there's gonna be a tussle, it's gonna be when he's on the ice. Yeah, I think if Portis was playing, Drew, I would have said him, but he's not playing. So I'm gonna say Tom Wilson. You know who else looks good in this series? Surprisingly good is Anthony Beauvillier. Like he's rocked on that top line, and I've always been a guy who's like, okay, Anthony Beauvillier, like what's his specialty though? I know he can skate, but like what does he do? And this series, he's been in front of the net. He's been moving the puck, good passes, good shots, good reads. Like, and this is a guy they picked up for nothing. Nothing. Probably also from the Pens, right? We figured this out the other day. I still can't remember. Jacqueline K. Adam, you're not being the Habs fan, Adam, today. Listen, I'm just being straight about it. It's rough. Pretzel Hunt says if Savard is retiring, he's going to push. Yeah, he's retiring after this series. So too many sodium says I've liked Suzuki, but that's maybe my OS attack bias showing. I honestly think Suzuki's been really good in this series. Him, Slavkovsky, and Cole Caulfield have been the most effective line. That's why they're bullying Cole Caulfield. If Cole Caulfield was a plug, they'd be leaving him alone. They don't care. They're trying to bully him, and they're succeeding. I don't think he feels very protected out there, and it's a little unfair to include to have Slavkovsky at 20 years old try to jump in and protect him. That's where you need like a Josh Anderson. Here's Anderson. Anderson, I think, is going to have one of those nights tonight, Drew, and everybody that it's like, hey, this is the Josh Anderson that got that gigantic contract. There's nights where you're like, what happened to Josh Anderson? Did he play? And then there's nights where like he's the best player on the ice. How did that happen? And there's an icing call. Oh no. Looks like Ovi touched it. Ovi tries to throw a massive hit on Matheson. Matheson sidesteps him. Drew says no one overrates Josh Anderson more than Leafs fans. That's true. Josh Anderson's a Leaf killer. But there are times, man, where you're like, damn. I mean, I see it, but it's never consistent. Never consistent. Richard Triafino, the Caps are the island of misfit toys this season, starting with PLD. Absolutely. PLD, Eller, who else? Dylan Strome, Anthony Beauvillier, Connor McMichael was held back. Mangiapane was a project. Like most of their top 9 that wasn't already there. And then, Chikrin, Sandin, those are guys that their teams either had to trade or wanted to trade. Oh, nice play there. See what I mean? The Suzuki line looks good. Slavkovsky had a good shot there. Here we go. Hudson. Slavkovsky shots tipped wide. Sandin up to Ovechkin. Hudson keeps the puck in. Carrier on the other point. There's Suzuki behind the net. Caulfield down low to Hudson, and Hudson goes the wrong way, and we have a change. Anyway, it is the island of misfit toys, and they made stuff happen. Say that one more time, Drew. Drew says, isn't it amazing how good Strome is in Washington versus what he was in Chicago? Yes, it is. And it makes me think. Drew, what if – oh, here we go. We got a fight here at center ice. Everybody's shoving buddies. Looks like Ryan Leonard and David Savard and Alexiev. Alexiev is pushing Savard. Savard, who never fights, by the way. He's built like a tree, but he will never fight. Oh, now they're talking. Oh, he's chirping him for having the face protector on. He's like, "Oh, you're a big tough guy with your face mask on." I think he's broken a bone. So it's Evans and Leonard, and then Evans fell. Felt Drew, did that not feel a little bit like Evans might be trying to draw a penalty there? Like he falls like he got shot. Yeah, like he's Stutzla, exactly. Man, Stutzla's dive yesterday. I don't know how many of you guys saw it because I don't expect that everybody's watching a Leaf series, but I don't know how many times you guys saw the Stutzla penalty draw on Steven Lorentz of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Man, I have to give Stutzla credit where it's due. He does this all the time, season after season, and he pulls it off. They never call him on it. And I mean, I guess he gets the occasional diving call, but like they don't tight whistle Stutzla the way they do. Like I'm thinking about like Nazem Kadri and Michael Bunting in Leafs terms, but it happens on other teams too. Stutzla's good at it. He's really good at it. And as lame as it is, guy's brilliant. Works every time. Jake Evans needs a little work. That was a little much. That was a performance. Pittsburgh says Alexiev had his teeth knocked out in game one. Well, there you go. Richard Triofino, I've got a second or two ahead of you on the TNT feed. Then I have the Caps radio feed a few seconds behind you. Damn. Hey, you know what's interesting too? I think this is Drew's first time watching this series, right, Drew? You haven't been watching this one. Oh, you've been okay. Oh, your wife's a Habs fan. Okay, so I have to ask you, Logan Thompson's goaltending. It hasn't been like he hasn't had to be stellar, but I've been noticing that he just flies around. Did you see that? Hasek-esque, Tim Thomas-esque. Yes. Like sometimes I'm like, does he know where his posts are? He doesn't need to stop that. That's not going in. Drew said he made 7 10 bell saves that he wouldn't have had to if he was in his own net. It's true. I like, by the way, seeing that the Ryan Leonard unsportsmanlike thing. I like seeing the Habs stick up for themselves. So I guess the Habs are on the power play, or is this all offsetting? No, it is. All right, Montreal power play. Let's go. They've been good here. They've been good here. Marchment versus Stutzla dive off. Who wins? I give that to Stutzla. Drew, Marchment versus Stutzla dive off. Who do you give it to? Who, Marchment? Yeah. So you say Marchment wins? You think he's worse than Stutzla? Wow. Oh, Caulfield with a shot. See, this is where the Habs have actually been good. Their power plays looked good, and funnily enough, it's been anemic. Like it's been bad, but they actually look strong. Here we go. Caulfield. That puck knuckles a little bit, but look at that. Logan Thompson in position to make a save. Minute 50 left on this power play. Already a pretty good shot by Cole Caulfield that Logan Thompson handled. Carrier to Hudson. Hudson with a nice move at the line. Carrier over to Caulfield, who was open. Back to Hudson. To Carrier, down low, looking for somebody. Slavkovsky is standing in front of the net. He's moved to the side corner. Suzuki up high. Caulfield calls for the shot. Logan Thompson didn't need to jump like that, but he did and made the save anyway. I don't know if they'll show the replay of it, but he's like way too far back in his net. By the way, I got to know everybody's once we get to commercial break here, I got to know everybody's thoughts on that Binnington no goal last night. Okay, here we go. We get the line. It's Drew. Did you saw the Binnington save? That was a no goal. You say that's a no goal. Okay, how is that a no goal for you? So Drew says it's inconclusive because the strap over his glove, you cannot tell where the puck is in the net. It's sure. I mean, listen, the technology exists in tennis to just have it automatically tell you. I don't understand why we haven't done that in the NHL. Why are we looking at replays at this point? David Williamson says it was a goal, but it could not be proven. It's a good question. Come on. Pretzel Hunt, this isn't tennis. Yeah, but you'll be blown away by this. There are plenty of sports like soccer and tennis and other things that can do it. The NHL can too. Yanaki Toronto wants to know where the 360 replay is. That's true. And yeah, the no goal was decided by the call on the ice. I'm just shocked it wasn't overturned. Nice shot there. It kind of got through Thompson. Davidoff's looked good, at least on this power play. The giveaway there wasn't the greatest, but it happens. 30 seconds to go. Demidov to Caulfield. Caulfield cuts across, shot. Oh, that was dangerous. Capitals are saying that it went out. Refs are saying it did not. Gallagher along the sideboard. Back out to Matheson. Caulfield is still out there. He wants to take a shot. Pass into Brendan Gallagher, and it is off his skate. And the power play, that should wrap it all up. Habs look good on that power play. They put in a good effort this first period. Shots are 3-10. Goals are 1-0 the other way, though. There's Gallagher giving it up to Leonard. Leonard making his way in, and that is a penalty on Alex Newhook. That ain't great. Okay, Drew, I got a question for you. You have a partner that likes an East Coast team. You like a Western team. If there's any overlap in the game, so let's say, so your wife is a Habs fan, okay? The Avs game starts at 9. Who gets control of the TV? You said Avs? The Montreal game gets turned off. Now, is that down to they're good? Oh, she's not as big of a fan as you are. Okay. All right. Damn. That's good. All right. Caps power play. Do we see an Ovi goal? We're going to see some Ovi shots. All right. Here we go. Jake Evans wins the face-off draw. Ovi in the corner. Wilson down low to him. Chychrun, who has looked really dangerous this series. Strome's going to cut in front. Tries to get the puck to Wilson. Puck is just gently touched, but that was a good play. They're going to try it again with Wilson. Oh, how did that not go in? Sam Montembeault with a great save. Ovi gets tripped. No call on that. Strome tries to get it over to Chychrun. Wow. Montembeault made a crazy save. Ovechkin. Down low to Strome. That puck is poke-checked by Mike Matheson. There's Wilson in the corner. Chychrun out to Carlson. Ovechkin's open. They are keeping close match, but there goes Chychrun in. I'm telling you, he's looked dangerous. Montembeault's been good on those posts, though. Chychrun from the top of the circle to Strome. He's trying to get it across to Wilson. Oh, it goes to Wilson. Skates. Wilson tries to kick it back out to Carlson. And the Habs intercept. It looked like a very dangerous power play. Not able to really convert. Oh, Logan Thompson gets the puck stripped. And wow, Josh Anderson strips. I don't know if that's if you're a goaltender 10-to-goal territory. I think Logan Thompson had the right idea, and I don't think his defenseman backed him up really well. Daniel Sun says, is this the best first round of the NHL playoffs in recent memory? Depends how long your memory stretches back and what counts as recent memory. I think there have been some great series. I think there's been some real surprises. The lack of fight from the Lightning in the Florida series, to me, is crazy. 2 games at home and you lose them both to the Panthers? Panthers are great, but like, what? Not one win? Not even a goal last night. Eight minutes left. I got to tell you, it's it looked pretty dangerous there on that Caps power play. I hope Montreal doesn't take another penalty like that because I don't think they're going to be able to stop them forever. Nice play. Caulfield on Trevor Van Riemsdyk. See, the one thing with Caulfield is he cannot use his body. So in things like the playoffs where things tighten up, He's going to have like a good stick, do what he did there, cause a turnover, hope that his defenseman doesn't just ring it around for no reason and cause an icing. We got to look, kids. We got to look. Danielson, it's a rebuild year for Tampa. They finished second in the division. Oh my God. How did Montembeault stop that? Wow. Damn. How did that not go in? That's crazy. 7:27 left in the first period. Offensive zone face-off. It's Pierre-Luc Dubois. It's Anthony Beauvillier. And I don't know who else. Maybe Ryan Leonard out there? I can't tell. Oh, it's Eller that was out there. Eller, Leonard, Beauvillier. And I think Beauvillier is out there because he wasn't playing on the power play. Carrier jumps on, or Hudson jumps on Leonard. Leonard gives him a push. Leonard's now alone. Oh, it just got on the puck a little bit faster. Oh, oh boy. Sunken Train says we're waiting on Hagel news. Tonight we are, yes. Will Brandon Hagel get a suspension chat? What do we think? Would you suspend him, Drew? Yeah. Only if Barkov's out. Yeah. Oh, we all know it does. Drew saying, despite the NHL saying the outcome doesn't matter, they do suspend based on outcome. So we know that he had a hearing today, or he was supposed to. I would assume they're still debating it, but we keep an eye on that. You think they're waiting to hear Barkov's update? They're going to wait and see if he's out. Damn. All right. All right. Well, tonight, by the way, just looking around, there's 6 minutes left in this first period. The Hurricanes and Devils start at 8. The Kings and Oilers start at 9. Every series tonight is a 2-0. Jacqueline K in the chat said, I think last year's playoffs first round was a bit better than this one. I think it was more competitive, at least thus far. Home teams are 12-1? 12-2. Yeah. So that's not exactly close, right? I want to give a big shout out to the Minnesota Wild. They look amazing. If they beat Vegas, oh boy. Not only does that totally screw my bracket, but I will be like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I didn't watch enough Vegas games this year. I have so much respect for the Golden Knights, what they can do, especially in the playoffs. It's hard to like count them out. Ovi down low. 5:08 left in the first period. If you guys are keeping track. By the way, we have a nice little clock here because Drew is our producer tonight. Daniel Sun suspensions in the playoffs. LOL. Wild getting $14 million off the cap next season is going to be so great for them. Oh man, the Wild have like $40 million to spend this offseason. Oh, here we go. Nick Dowd with another scoring chance. That guy has had a ton of scoring opportunities. Just feasting on the Habs' depth. Carlson shoots. I think Montembeault stopped it. Gouli cleared it. Chikrin's out there. Josh Anderson after Chikrin. Hard forecheck. Gallagher turns it around at the point. Carlson is able to get it out. Turns right over to the Habs. That's Savard and Matheson out there. No Arbor Xhekaj. As we said, he's not going to play that much. Dvorak back to the point. No question, Montreal has had some good chances in this period. Logan Thompson is just a wild man on net. Just wild. It's working for him. Caps clear. And that is a hardcore icing. That was an icing with feeling. 3:48 left in the first period. Airy 45 says $8 million of that will likely be spent on Brock Besser. Well, I mean, why not? Why not go get Brock Besser and Aaron Ekblad and Mitch Marner and still have like $15 million left? I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying it's completely possible. Like, okay, I'm going to give you the exact number that the Wild have to spend after the season, and it's nuts. It's okay. Yeah, $49 million to spend. $49 million. They got to re-sign some of their guys, and Kaprizov needs a new deal here soon. But like Marcus Johansson, Gus Nyquist, they're going to need new contracts, and John Merrill, Marco Rossi's an RFA, Justin Brazeau's a UFA. None of those deals are going to be that expensive. That's all I'm saying. It's nuts. It's nuts. Gravely digs, this year's free agent class isn't that impressive. Not much for the Wild to spend their money on. Now, here's a question. Okay. If you're the Minnesota Wild, then are you able to get somebody out of cap jail? Take the take the like what the Sharks have done, for instance, except do it as a rebuild. So the Caps, they got Pierre-Luc Dubois, they traded Darcy Kemper. Are you able to get a distressed asset that you think you can turn into a good player? And they got a good system in Minnesota. It just depends on who wants out of where. Like Erik Karlsson's a guy that I think Kyle Dubas is going to look to trade. Can you upgrade at center? Is Freddie Gaudreau? Is that the guy that you want there long term? Is Ryan Hartman? I think Ryan Hartman's a good playoff performer. They've got good prospects. I don't know. Drew, you see a lot more of the Minnesota Wild than I do. If you're going to upgrade any position for them, what is it going to be? Their entire decor? It looks strong. Brodin, Faber, Middleton, Spurgeon, Zeev Buium, and Zach Bogosian. I guess Zeev Buium's pretty young. And I guess you need probably an upgrade on Zach Bogosian, who I cannot believe is still playing hockey. Marvin says, hey, stop glazing the Wild, Adam. LOL. Yo, man, I picked Vegas to win. It's totally against my bracket. Puck Pittsburgh says, what about Marner? Isn't he a UFA? Yeah, totally. They could go after him. They can offer him the most money. I wonder what the maximum they can offer next year. Is it like 16, 17 million? How soon before Connor McDavid is making 20 million? That's what I need to know. Does he sign the extension this offseason, or do we spend the entire next season watching the Edmonton Oilers and going, if they don't pull this together soon, this guy is not going to extend. Marvin says, my money is on the line in that series. Drew, did you take the Wild or the Vegas Golden Knights in that series? You took Vegas in 7. So you gave the Wild some respect. Yeah. I mean, they were amazing until December when everybody got hurt. I don't think it was me. But it's amazing. I mean, maybe I could have. I have takes that are that bad. But I asked Jesse and Steve in December who their Hart Trophy would be, and it was Kirill Kaprizov, both of them. Okay, here comes Gallagher. Anderson behind him. Legs are tired. Gallagher shoots. It was kind of clipped. 11 shots, Montreal, 7 Washington. The Freak Show 777. Adam and Drew, do you believe Bednar is gone if the Avs lose? Drew, what do you think? Why do you think he would be? So Drew says yes. He said he's made it past round 2 once in 9 years with Makar and McKinnon. Okay. It's one thing to fire your coach. It's another thing to replace them with somebody who you think will be better. Who's the guy that they hire? Who do you think? You think Q? Ooh, I wonder. Oh, I think that's a job for sure he would take. I thought Q would be a guy that would be in Anaheim. That's what John Shannon was suggesting on Twitter. Oh, that is a big hit, and that might be boarding. Beauvillier. Oh, no call on that. Oh, but Beauvillier's just made himself. Oh, wow. Just a huge cross check from Carrier. Beauvillier's just made himself enemy number 1 here. I'm sure he doesn't mind. Still forechecking. Now he hits Caden Gooley. And he's going to go off the ice with Ovi. Nick Dowd line on there. 132 left in the game. Somebody's asking in the chat the highest level hockey I played. I played single A because I'm sad and pathetic. Drew, how high did you get? Oh, there's Caulfield. Nice move. What's that, Drew? Oh, you played basketball growing up. Oh, that's cool. How high did you get in that? Just rep. Yeah, listen, man. No one ever accused me of being a good athlete, but I sure tried hard. I did what I could. Uh, Able Star official. I've been an Avs fan since they came to Denver. Quinville was the coach when they were all right, and he went to Chicago. And uh, so you mean I guess Able Star is trying to say that they wanted Quinville before Gravely Diggs, Quinville to Anaheim. That was Quinn. Yeah, Joel Quinville to Anaheim. There was that one report by John Shannon. I don't know how true that is. And when you think about Quinville coming back and all the baggage that comes with it, Anaheim would make sense because like there's very little media coverage. Drew says, I just don't think he goes to Anaheim. He wants to win. Right. And if the Avalanche job is available, Quinville is taking that job. No question. Marvin, Adam, do you think the Leafs are going to sweep the Sens, or should I put money on the Sens winning game 4? Emotionally, I think I want the Leafs to win. I don't want them to leave the door even a little slightly ajar. It's hard to win 4 games in a row in the regular season. It's hard to do it in the preseason. It's just hard. I don't know. Drew, you've watched a lot of that series too with Steve. Do you think Toronto closes it out tomorrow? Or do you think the Sens get one? Drew says he wants to go longer so there's more streams, but he thinks it's done. Maybe Drew, we can get you guys to switch to a different series if it's done. You know? But you know what? We should put you on the Avs series. I'm kidding. Yeah, no. Also, that wouldn't be fair to make you produce that. Julian Nikolov, what if the Sens reverse sweep the Leafs? Then they're gonna trade everybody. Justin Fisher, no producer Hayden tonight. Bye. Wow, just a hater. Justin Fisher's hater game is strong. 1:12 left in the first period. 1 goal, and it happened in the first 2 shots of the period for Washington. 0 for Montreal. They've had some chances. Arbor Xhekaj was the big guy jumping in the line. Oh, here we go. Big save off of Newhook there by Logan Thompson. McMichael turns it over. Oh, and they score! With 52.8 seconds to go, Carrier floats one on the net after a Connor McMichael giveaway in his own zone. And we got a tie game. And those last-minute goals, man, they're a killer. They're a killer. Look at that. And the crowd is loud. It's the first home goal in the playoffs for the Montreal Canadiens since the 2021 Stanley Cup Finals. The first one with a full building since the Rangers like 7 years ago. It's been a long time. Been a lot of rebuilding in Montreal. Nice goal. I think Evans might have got a hold of that. Does Evans touch that? Is that straight in? Wow. Good for Carrier Thompson. Yeah, Thompson needs to have that. You need to save there. And here comes Cole Caulfield again. Gets the puck in. Oh, big save by Thompson. Yeah, somebody just smacked him right. Was it Slafkovsky or Suzuki that hit him in the face with the stick? Yeah, Thompson is not feeling good. Yeah, Suzuki's going to, yeah. Suzuki was the guy that did it. He's going to the box. And Suzuki's like, what? Really? I don't even think he knows he did it. Kevin Welch, big super chat. Alexandre Carrier. Okay, watch Suzuki stick here. Wham! Oh, wow! Holy shit! Man, he hit that like an anvil. Wow. Yeah. You got to control your own stick, man. You got to control your own stick. Shea Andres Oak. Last night I wanted more Steve and Jesse. Today I'm here for you, Adam. Go Habs, go. Thank you, Shea. We love you, buddy. Still showing up at your house though. Daniel's son, is Drew streaming the Avs game? I think Drew needs. I wonder because Drew is the calmest person, just about the calmest person I know outside of Jesse Blake. I got to know what nervous Drew looks like. Drew, are you quiet or are you loud? You don't sit down? Wow. So Drew stands the entire time. Who else stands and watches the whole game? Wow, look at Suzuki. Ooh. Oh, it is Rasmus Sandin's stick. But Suzuki does still hit Logan Thompson, doesn't he? Ooh. Wow. Well, that's unfair. I guess they can't even take a look at it. Once they've called it, right? So, damn. Well, right. They can't call a double minor. He's not bleeding. You know what? That's just part of having human beings ref the game. It happens. I'm sure Canadiens fans aren't thrilled that it happened. I'd be mad too. It's a rough call. But honestly, from that first angle, it totally looked like it was Suzuki's stick. From behind, it's very clearly Sandin's. And that's the first period all wrapped up. Montreal with a great effort, outshot the Caps by double, 15-7. Looked real strong. Real strong. Good for the Habs. I legitimately was not sure if they'd score again, and I was wrong. Robert Bett, not getting excited yet, even though the Leafs are up by 3, 50 plus years of being a Leaf fan. I've learned my lesson. Absolutely, man. This is all business. If the Habs were up 3-0, I wouldn't blame them for being excited. I wouldn't blame their fans for being cocky. I wouldn't blame them for anything. Leaf fans, we know better. We've been down that road. We're smarter than that. So Jeebs92 says it was Sandin's stick, but it was a slash regardless of the stick. See, I thought Suzuki's stick still hit Logan Thompson across the chest. Jacqueline K. Habs are going to score shorthanded out of anger. Pretzel Hunt, you can slash with someone else's stick. Could be that too. Anyway, it's a solid little start here. Montreal just made it interesting. So I'm looking at the replay on Twitter right now. So here, Drew, I'm going to send this to you. Look at if we can freeze frame it. I'm going to send it to you right now over text. If we can bring this up on the screen and you go to the fourth, it's a 5-second clip. Go to second 4 and let me know when it's on the screen. Right? It's after Thompson's head has been hit by Sandin's stick. But look at where Suzuki's stick is. He still does slash him though. Like his stick still hits him. Well, if you watch it, you know, let me know when it's up. I just want to know what you guys all think. Because the ref might have had a point. He did make the call from behind the goalie too. So, maybe his angle wasn't the best on it. Drew's going to bring it up for us. I'm a Flames fan rooting for the LA Kings. I love watching Kopitar. All right, here we go. You see this? So this is post hit. This is post our good friend Nick Suzuki Sandin hitting Thompson. There is still, if you watch the replay, Thompson's jersey still does move on Suzuki's stick. His left shoulder. I think Suzuki hit him. And I think that's a legitimate call. But again, if I can't see it from the other direction, it's hard to know. I'm going to have to find out. Anybody else? Any thoughts? Yeah. You got to be in control of your own stick. Pretzel Hunt says he slashed the other stick into him and dragged it. Yanaki Toronto says it's a follow through though. Could it be a follow through? I guess we could make that argument. Listen, it's not been the craziest game we've ever seen in terms of excitement. And I'm just looking at this one more time. It's not a follow through because he never has the puck. Suzuki never has the puck. It can't be a follow through. Anyway, yeah. So, Drew, what clip do we have to run? Okay. All right. So let's start. You know what? Let's start with big dubs. We'll save VIP for second period. So big dubs, specifically Gavin McKenna, because he features pretty big in this. Hey, Drew. Yeah, Gavin McKenna. Watch out for this kid. He's not going in this year's draft. He's going to go in the next one. There's going to be like 6 or 7 teams tanking for this guy. You're going to watch big dubs now, and you're going to see why. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do the second period. Let's do the clip.
The great thing about the playoffs is the dubs get bigger and bigger. Hello friends, Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another episode of Big Dubs, where we take a look at the best from around the WHL in the second round. Now, we can't just make the whole thing about Gavin McKenna, although believe me, I would like to. I think he would too. So I'm gonna limit it to 2 Gavin McKenna goals, although they might be the nicest things you've ever seen. Let's start with number 1.
Dragicevic with it at the left point, gives off to his right. Chenier walks, fires off the crossbar. Get onto the rebound. He'll have a 2-on-1 shorthanded with speed. Pacheco the trailer. McKenna, what a move. Gavin McKenna, mastery from Gavin McKenna. Highlight of the night. Short-handed wizardry from the White Horse Wizard.
What was that? Playing against Gavin McKenna has to suck so much. You can imagine you're at the other end. The puck was just over there. It hit the crossbar because you're trying to score against them. Gavin McKenna comes down the other end and does whatever the heck that is. Dude, the puck physics don't even make sense with this thing. It's like a goal in a video game you get mad at and call it a glitch and quit. And it happened in real life. Gavin McKenna has 16 points in 9 playoff games. Isn't that wild? What's more wild is I lied. Those are only his assists. He has 22. 22 points in 9 games. And that was one of his goals. One of his 6 goals. I think it makes it more frustrating that it's possible he's just choosing not to score. He's just setting guys up because it's more challenging. He had 41 goals in the regular season. I might not even be wrong here. Gavin McKenna, big dub, and we're not even done. Let's see another one.
Rudolph backs up towards the left side corner, has McKenna closing in. He'll play it to the corner, but McKenna's there for it first. McKenna, Michigan attempt, and he scores! Gavin McKenna! A minute and 26 seconds in, hits the Michigan, and the Tigers have a 4-goal lead. Again, this kid is absolutely insane.
I've never in my life, dude. Sorry, I'm supposed to say big dub. Okay, first of all, this dude is just casually ripping Michigans in a playoff game. Second of all, I have never seen a player, a hockey player, at any level, score a goal so nasty that you could hear both the home and visiting broadcast crew at the same time. Show it again and listen closely.
Rudolph backs up towards the left side corner, has McKenna closing in. He'll play it to the corner, but McKenna's there for it first. McKenna, Michigan attempt, and he scores! Gavin McKenna! A minute and 26 seconds in, hits the Michigan.
Everyone is screaming at the top of their lungs, including me. Also, what do you mean he did it again? Did he say he did it again? Again? If every goal this season was like that, I would believe you. I would believe just about any lore about Gavin McKenna. He's like Chuck Norris. Gavin McKenna and the Medicine Hat Tigers, 4 big dubs because they sweep and move on to the third round. So that was the Medicine Hat Tigers versus the Prince Albert Raiders. Moving on to the Spokane Chiefs taking on the Victoria Royals. Now, previously mentioned Gavin McKenna, he had 41 goals. He was one of the WHL's top goal scorers. Well, Shea Van Olm of the Spokane Chiefs was the WHL's top goal scorer from the regular season, and he's continued to produce in the playoffs. Check this out.
Crystal looking back for Van Olm. Van Olm coming up. Toe drags, comes free, gets out front. Van Olm shoots and scores! Shea Van Olm with a backhand, and the Chiefs had tied this game at 1 with 11:17 left in the first. Shea Van Olm with a nice toe drag move in the middle of the ice.
Golly! That's a big dub. Shea Van Olm has 9 goals in 11 games in these playoffs. 21 points. If you can believe it, Shea Van Olm is committed to Penn State next year, does not have an NHL contract. And I'm going to throw that under the category of yet. Van Olm's Spokane Chiefs win the series against the Victoria Royals 4-2. Let's move on to the Portland Winterhawks taking on the Everett Silvertips. This series is wild. And here's a name you're going to want to remember. Andrei Stebatak. 17-year-old goalie in net for Portland. Doesn't even turn 18 until July. Check out this handiwork from the kid.
We'll try again, rather. Now they loaded high. Jamison left on the forehand. A wrist shot. Chance shot. Oh, my! Andrei Stebatek, are you kidding me? There was a wide open net. Everett thought for sure they had that one tied, and Andrei Stebatek, the team's best penalty killer, makes the save of the series.
Oh my, what an unbelievable left pad save.
Big dub. Andrei Stebatek kicks the puck, like just gets a little bit of it, kicks it off the post. That is an unbelievable save and one worth showing you, but I'm using it as a jumping off point to talk about this kid because he's been unbelievable. The Everett Silvertips, who Stebatak and the Portland Winterhawks were playing in this series, were the regular season champions. Stebatak faced 40 or more shots in 4 games out of this 7-game series. Not only did the Portland Winterhawks, as the 5 seed, win this series, this is their second straight Game 7 win in these playoffs. And not only that, it is their second Game 7 win on the road. Andrei Stebatak, remember the name, big dub. Why not end with another series that went to 7, the Calgary Hitmen taking on the Lethbridge Hurricanes. And let's have a look at Calgary Hitmen goaltender Anders Miller. There's a very valuable lesson to be learned here. If you're a goaltender, oh my goodness!
Played it left side, Johnson pounds it in, and Miller out of the Calgary goal. Trying to play it first defense, hit Kindle, turned it over, shot, Miller a save! He robs Miguel Marquez! Oh, what a stop by Anders Miller! Played it left side, Johnson pounds it in, and Miller out of the Calgary goal. Trying to play it first defense, hit Kindle, turned it over, shot, Miller a save! He robs Miguel Marquez! Oh, what a stop by Anders Miller.
Apparently, if you're a goaltender, big dub and do whatever you want. Anders Miller of Anchorage, Alaska, only got into 22 games this season, but his record was sparkling. 13-4-2 with a .909 save percentage. He was big for Calgary in a series that was all over the place. Lethbridge takes games 1 and 2. Calgary takes 3, 4, and 5, but Lethbridge would stymie Calgary in games 6 and 7, holding them to just 2 goals combined. Regardless, end your season with your head held high. Anders Miller, big dub. So now what do we got? In the third round, the Medicine Hat Tigers take on the Lethbridge Hurricanes. And it's the Spokane Chiefs against the Portland Winterhawks. Who do you have winning each series? Leave a comment in the comment box down below. But for now, that is it for this edition of Big Dubs. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. SDPN, your place for all things WHL.
I'm watching an Andor commercial right now, and I'm so jealous of everybody that has seen this so far. We've been all playoffs, no Star Wars, but I hear it is phenomenal. It's getting crazy good reviews. Feels like they finally refigured out the Star Wars formula, which is, make it matter. Make it mean something. The first season of Andor, if you haven't seen it too, is just crazy good. You got to try it. You got to try it. Really, really good stuff. And also kind of a psychological, like it messes with your mind. Drew, you're not a Star Wars guy, right? You love Star Wars? Okay, what did you think of Andor season 1? Drew says it's the best Star Wars show ever, season 1. Have you watched any of season 2 yet? You probably haven't had time. Yeah. Everybody everybody's saying Andor is so good. Andor season 2 amazing so far. And they're releasing it 3 episodes at a time. Um it's good. It's real good. I love it. Andor and Rogue One are the best modern Star Wars show and movie. Hell yeah. Uh, Drew said he didn't mind Skeleton Crew. Drew, I'm with you. I mean, that was very clearly a kid's show meant for kids that was really good. And I thought Jude Law was great in it as like a scoundrel. It was very much like Treasure Island, like Long John Silver, right? Like he basically is Long John Silver in that. It's awesome. I think they need to do better on the video game side. They have this like turn-based shooter game that's coming out, and I just can't pretend to be excited about it. Everybody knows what we want. We want Battlefront 3. That's what we want. Drew says, I haven't played the Star Wars VR games. No, I haven't. Have you? Like the fighter pilot one? What, you're Darth Vader in one of them? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because we do have VR here at the office. I should try. You know what I should do? When the playoffs are done, I should still do streams, but we can do like Star Wars games or something. Right? We just stream some video games. PS2 Battlefront 2 was S tier. That game was crazy for its time, and like there was like a whole galactic conquest where you could try to take over the galaxy. Now that they got it available, I probably could play that this summer too. Just hook up the PS5 here, download it. Let's go. Drew brought up a good one, a classic. Star Wars pod racing on N64. Come on. How good is that? That was a good one. I liked Rogue Squadron, the original one. I never played Rogue Squadron 2 or 3. And then there's like a Clone Wars video game where you're sometimes in a ship, you're sometimes a Jedi, that sort of thing. I liked that. I had that for PS2. I have Battlefront 2 on PSP. It's so good. Warrior Womp. Now this is pod racing. Yeah. I'm so glad Careless Mike brought it up. Knights of the Old Republic. And Knights of the Old Republic 2 is less good, but Knights of the Old Republic's crazy. And I can't believe that game is that good, but it's awesome. So Drew, would you, in Pod Racer, you couldn't make your own pod, right? You could just upgrade ones that were already there. You can customize them. Whose pod would you use? Would you use Anakin's or Sebulba? That's always the best one, right? Like if you're not using Sebulba, then you're kind of doing it wrong. Warrior Womp says Sebulba or bust. Freak Show 777. Adam, did you see that TNT announced 3 more remote broadcasts? Pretty disappointing. I vastly prefer them to the ESPN broadcast, but it seems they're trying to cut corners where they can. So Freak Show 777, that's exactly what they're doing. And it probably comes down to volatility in the market with advertising. I don't want to get too political, but let's just say that Trump's tariffs have not helped the advertising sector and have put a lot of advertising on hold, especially in the States, because companies are like, I don't even know if I'm going to have a product to advertise in a couple of months here. Like our supply chain is completely disrupted and we make all our shit in China. So yeah, I would imagine that there've probably been some falling ad revenue for media companies. I don't think that's the entire reason, by the way. I think it kind of sucks too, because like when you think about what it costs to send announcers on the road, you know, if you're sending, I mean, it'll probably cost them 20 to 30 grand a round. But if those games are getting 1 million people watching them, you can pay that cost in about one commercial break or less. Like, if you got 1 million people watching hockey in the States, you probably can have some of those spots are going for $10, $15, $20,000 every 30 seconds. So you can send people on the road. It is being cheap. Daniel said $30K per trip. No, $30K per round. Right? Think about it. You got to send 2 guys. You got to send cameras. You got to send. I'm undershooting it probably. You got to send camera guys. People have union dues. So Drew says the issue is they're already sending everyone except the announcers anyway, and that's a good point. I don't know why they would do it then, because they have to have the camera guys on the ground anyway. They have the boom mic in the crowd for the audience. Yeah, I don't know what that would be. Again, I think it comes back to the NHL when they do these TV deals. If you're going to give the rights over to a Sportsnet, who, by the way, sends people to every game, and they're there right now. By the way, the period started. I think you got to say to them, listen, in the playoffs, if you want this deal, if you're going to spend all this money, you have to promise us that you're going to send your announcers on the road. And not one person. You need a somebody who does play-by-play, somebody who does color, and they need to be in the arena. And it's the integrity of the game that's affected. And I'm sure Montembeault just tripped his own defenseman, and his stick is gone. That's just Savard's in a bad spot there. Wilson goes down over Savard. Goalie still behind the net. I think Savard's going to get it from Monty. Shot from the point. Coming. Oh, didn't come. Monty's got his stick again. And this is the same power play setup. They want Wilson at the side of the net. Watch, they're going to try to flip it over to him. Shot. Montreal's doing a really good job of blocking that passing lane. David Savard on that. 18 seconds to go. Silent Rob 1192. They actually send cameras because every time I go to the games at the Prudential Center, it's the same cameras. But they put like these TNT covers around the cameras. Oh, what a save. Yeah, so they'll leave the cameras in the arena. What I mean is the booth cameras, right? You got to have, if you're going to do like a pregame show or you're going to have those guys on, they got to have cameras there. And then you got to have somebody to operate all the tech and set it all up. And it's not that crazy expensive to do. They are just cutting corners. 18:20 left in the second period. Habs do a good job of killing off that Nick Suzuki penalty. And I say penalty with a question mark because there was some controversy. It looked like Nick Suzuki had just smacked Logan Thompson in the head with his stick. Actually, it was Rasmus Sandin, but I still think Nick Suzuki got Logan Thompson across the chest. Mangiapane with a shot. It's blocked by Carrier. Gooley back down deep. Well, not deep enough. Caps still have possession. Sandin at the point. To Matt Roy. Floats one in. Montembeault did not see where that was going. It didn't matter because it went off somebody in Montreal, and somebody is stung back behind the play. I didn't see who it was. OG Battlefront 2 and the Old Republic are my faves. Robar, you're a person after my own heart. Big hit by Josh Anderson there. And it leads to a turnover. Gallagher gets it. Bit of a roller. Oh, that's Suzuki, not Gallagher. His jersey's tucked. It's hard to see. 17:25 left in the second period. Arbor Xhekaj taking one of 3 shifts this period. Suzuki, and I'm not even kidding, that's about what he's going to get. Suzuki to Slavkovsky, down deep. Hudson's down, pitching in the corner. I'm assuming Xhekaj is back off the ice now, if Hudson is pinching. Oh, no, Arbor's out there. All right. You go with your bad self, Marty St. Louis. Look at Cole Caulfield moving through the zone. Shot is a little bit deflected by Jake Chikrin. Matheson's shot is a trickler. Goes off a leg. Carrier pinch or Hudson pitching. Suzuki down deep again. Throws the hit behind the net. Van Riemsdyk throws it in, and the Caps are going to change. 16:27 left. All right, here we go. Carrier across Logan Thompson's crease, but it doesn't actually hit him. He was doing the smart thing, looking for the rebound there. Oh, Evans just got crushed by Wilson. He did a little bit of a spinorama, and then Wilson fell over too. A little slow to get up. We still haven't seen that Wilson Xhekaj fight. I don't know if we're going to. Caps Ice it. Here we go. Savard, they're talking about Savard on the broadcast right now and how he takes away this passing lane. Tom Wilson is open basically that entire shift, but nobody needs to cover him if that passing lane is taken away. And look at that hit in slow-mo by Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson's having a good Josh Anderson night. Dickie Wiener, leaving little to the imagination, says Wilson is a big baby. Gotta be so hard on him, Dickie. 16 minutes left to go. Yanaki Toronto, did you guys see Kachuk tackle Nylander from behind tomorrow? What was that? That's playoff hockey, baby. Nylander just got back up and kept playing. I mean, listen, Leo Komarov literally got licked by Brad Marchand and they didn't call anything. Here comes Anderson. Or sorry, Leonard. Anderson on him. Nice shot. Nice save by Montembeault. That was a sneaky shot. Big shot from the point by Eller. Turned aside by Montembeault. Eller's got it again. Tries to find the open man. Oh, and there's a rebound. Oh, Eller cannot get a stick on it. Good playing there by the Caps' third line. .15:03 left. Gallagher is offside. A little bit of chippiness behind the play, but nothing crazy in this series. I'm okay. Here's what I want to know. What is the most violent series in the playoffs so far? I know that the tendency is to think, okay, it's got to be Tampa and Florida because of that hit that Hagel might get suspended for or fined or whatever they're going to do. What's the most violent series, though? Is that, you think it's St. Louis, Winnipeg, Drew? Drew gave me a stat. Bennington's almost fought somebody 4 times. That's like every week, man. He almost fights a lot of people. Sedin Magic 15. Hey, Adam, do you think Laine looks any better after his benching last game? Well, he looks about the same because he's not playing. He's apparently out with a upper body injury, which might tell us a reason why he's been bad. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Jets Blues. Pretzel Hunt said the Dow. Oh, what a save. Nick Suzuki line looking dangerous again. Suzuki and Caulfield had that 2-on-1. I think that the Caps did a good job taking away the pass. Pass would have been the better option there. Oh, big hit by Strome on Slafkovsky there. They both go down. South Catchy Rob dropping 10 SDPN memberships in the chat. Shout out to South Catchy Rob. He's a wild man. He's crazy. We love you, South Catchy Rob. Oh, turnover. 14 minutes left to go in the second period. Hey, everybody, if you got a membership, make sure you drop a thank you in the chat for South Catchy Rob. Oh. Jack. Okay, TVR. Okay, I thought that was in the net. It just got stuck in the side of the net. Alexiev. Wow, Alexiev is literally missing half of his teeth. If you get a chance to see him, it's like this side over. It's gone. Daniel Senna says, I want to see a Swayman versus Binnington fight. Okay, all right. This is a good one. Okay, so the most violent series is the Blues and the St. Louis Blues and the Jets. Okay. Binnington is obviously a guy who always wants to fight. But obviously he's not fair game unless he starts swinging. And then people can fight. And even then, it's sort of considered taboo to fight a goalie when you're a player because they've got all that equipment on, right? They can't punch as fast as you can. If there was a goalie heavyweight bout in the NHL, by a goalie that might actually fight you, not by anybody, because there's tons of huge goalies in the NHL. Who is Jordan Binnington's sparring partner? Because I'm assuming if it's like heavyweight title, Binnington's got to be in there as a fighter, right? Who else is like super spicy in net? I know Stollers can get a little mean. Obviously, we saw those slashes on Ridley Grigg, but like I haven't seen Stollers fight. Drew, you got one for me? Who do you think would fight Binnington. Like, if you could pick any goalie in the league and it's a heavyweight bout, center ice, Braden Holtby, but he's not in the league. So there's not a lot of, like, people are like, what about Mike Smith? Mike Smith would have been a good one. Hextall and Potvin back in the day, they'd have been good ones. Somebody said that Vasilevsky would throw him. Do you think Vasilevsky in a playoff game would skate to center, though, and fight? I think Binnington would. I don't know that Vasi would. Pretzel Hunt says, yeah, heavyweight really isn't the term. Well, Flower would beat his ass, says Warrior One. Flowers, I think Flower would be laughing the whole time. I don't know. Merzlikins would go. I'm not sure he'd win, but he would go. Didn't Flower try and the ref stopped him? Yes, that did happen. Yeah, Danielson says Vasi's not leaving the net. A lot of people saying Holtz. Hey, what about Markstrom? That Derek Watt brings up Markstrom. He likes to go wander. Would he go wander looking for a fight? I wonder. You think so, Drew? Yeah, okay, Markstrom maybe. 13:41. Here comes. Ooh. There's a kind of a hook there on Wilson behind the play. They're not going to call that, though. Here comes McMichael. Dubois gives the puck over. Dvorak gets it. So the thing is, Washington can play pretty confidently because. Oh, wow. Thompson is hurt. That hurt. That hurt his hand. Is it a stinger or did he break something? Mangiapane. Or sorry, McMichael crosses the line. Different M. Oh, Evans almost had a nice little break there. Here we go. Another save by Logan Thompson. Off of Mike Matheson. Behind the net, Tom Wilson corrals. I want to know if they're going to check on Logan Thompson in this next break here. Was that just a stinger, or is that something that's been bugging him a little bit more? Here comes Newhook. Shots off Matt Roy's stick. Sandin up the ice. Dumps the puck in. It's not an icing call. Eller going in after Hudson. Hudson evades him because he can. Hudson's edge work is insane. Demidov behind the net. Out there with Newhook and Heineman. Demidov working TVR behind the corner there. TVR's trying to get the puck off him. Demidov's using that body. Just a good old-fashioned fight along the boards there. Caps come out with it. Oh, the ref knocks down Ryan Leonard. Tripped him, and Ryan Leonard's pissed. The ref actually got up high. Here goes Ryan Leonard. And they're calling icing on that. So the linesman tried to get out of the way. He sat up on the bench, and his skate kind of hit Leonard. And oh yeah. So is it Thompson's head that's hurt? Oh, it hit him in the neck. Ooh, that would hurt. Wow. And here's this. Yeah, the ref's literally. I don't know what the ref can do, right? Yeah. Yeah, the skate blades to the face could have been a problem, but he's okay. Yeah. I get why he's pissed. It'd probably be good for Washington to turn it on and score a goal here soon. Oh, David Savard just got beamed in the head. Absolutely beamed, and I think that was Duhaime. He's calling him let's see. Oh, now it looked like a beaner. It looked real. If it's a sell, it's a good sell. I got to see the replay. It might be 5. Let's see what it is. Duhaime comes in, squares up. Ooh, I need to see that slower. Is Principal... Oh, I don't even know if he hit him. I don't know. He caught him? Okay. Damn. 2-minute penalty, illegal check to the head. Yeah, Drew's asking the question. I think he's asking the right question. How is it not 5? How do you get a legal check to the head? Also, Savard is covering up his mouth so that you can't tell what he's saying. But I do think his head snapped a little bit. Marty St. Louis is saying it should be 5. It should be 5 for this. Now, if it is a hit to the head and his head does hurt, would the concussion spotters step in? I have to say, Duhaime did try to line him up cleanly. I don't think that was like an intentional. Oh, Montreal scores at Suzuki 3 seconds in. He steals it off the Washington Capitals defense. And the Montreal Canadiens have their first lead at home in the playoffs. Well, actually, since earlier in the game. Right? Who scored first? Doesn't matter. Boo. Cheer. McMichael scored first. Yeah, this is Montreal's first lead at home in the playoffs since the 2021 finals. Crazy. So what happened here? Carlson just gives the puck away. Oh. Suzuki with a crazy backhand there too. Look, watch. Beautiful. Top cheese. Wow. And their power play, which has not looked great, gets a goal. Adam Wylde saying, Nick Suzuki! Matt Wickett said, if only there were 4 minutes and 45 seconds left on that power play. Yeah, Duhaime's pissed. Wow. Marty Wall says, if Habs win this game tonight, the series is going 7 guaranteed. That's a big guarantee. Suzuki is just crushing Nick Dowd in head-to-head faceoff wins. They just showed it on the screen. 10-1. Yikes. Dowd's got to start to win some faceoffs against Suzuki. Listen to that. Suzuki from the crowd. People are pumped. Drew's like, the Habs are all over them. He's absolutely right. Habs are playing great. Here comes Dubois. Across the ice. McMichael. And the puck is tipped out. Oh. I think the Caps are trying to draw some penalties there. Able Star official says Leafs need a win. I'm an Avs fan, and I feel for you guys. Well, it would be nice to see a second or a third round one of these days. Still got to win tomorrow night. Still got to win. Can't just fake it. Got to make it. Drew says, would blowing a 3-0 lead to the Sens be worse than the Habs in 2021? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. That would be worse than anything we've seen yet. That's why I think they ought to finish the series out so it can't happen. .42 left in the second period. Shout out to all 605 of you watching today. Would love a like in the chat if you can. Drop it in. 10:40 left in the second. Now you got to think the Caps are going to have to pour it on. Beauvillier, who's been really good in this series, hasn't showed up on the score sheet, but he's been good. He's been strong. Offensive zone pressure by the Caps here, although Montreal are all over the puck carrier. Pass into Beauvillier and back out again. Here comes Caulfield and Suzuki. The only really, truly dangerous players for the Habs in terms of offense in this series. It might be enough tonight. It might. Grivic Gaming says, take your like from a Sens fan. Thank you, Grivic. I appreciate you. 9:58 left in the second period. Beauvillier behind the net. Out front to nobody in particular. And Caulfield is now one-on-one with, I think, Matt Roy or Jake Chikrin. I can't tell in the jersey. Big save by Logan Thompson. Good setup to Slavkovsky there by Caulfield. Good shot right off the chest. Thompson is trying to get his mask back hooked up. And that puck is cleared out. Big hits being thrown here. Eller. Mangiapane. Leonard is out there, but he's not open. Eller going to the net, which is where you'd expect him to be. Chikrin's going to get a shot here, and he scores. Absolutely rips that one home. I think that was 89.5 miles an hour they showed on the broadcast. Absolutely cooking. Now, I wonder, because Chikrin's, by the way, he's looked so dangerous all series, man. All series he's looked good. Is there any chance that this is goaltender interference? Just asking the question. You know, it's the NHL. You never know. I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like it. Man, Chikrin just tore a shred. Look at this. That is a monster. Montembeault sees that the whole time, still can't do anything about it. So Savard does sort of get in the way. Yeah, I don't think so. And Leonard gets a cross check by Harper Shack guy after. Of course he does. Yeah, here's the deal. The Washington Capitals can do this. They can just turn it on whenever they feel like. And as I told you before the start of the game, they probably want to score 3 goals tonight. At minimum. At minimum. Unrelated coma. Adam, did you say that Beauvillier hasn't shown up on the score sheet? Did you mean this game? Game 1, he had a goal and set up the OT that won. Okay, yeah. So what I mean by Beauvillier is I meant goals, but yes. I think he's been really strong in the series. And I'll be honest with you, I did not look at who assisted Ovi's goal. I just looked at Ovi's goal. But I probably should have. And I should have specified. Habs just aren't a good team. Caps are mid as well, but better. I don't know, man. I think the Caps are a really good team. It's too bad they don't have to play Florida in the next round. I'd sure like that. Oh, Steve learned that there was no reseeding yesterday. Yes. So, Drew, what does that mean? What does that mean for the layman? The bracket is locked in, meaning that, uh, yeah, yeah. Winners, Caps, Habs plays the winner of Carolina, New Jersey, no matter what, which I think is also stupid. But, you know, it is what it is. There should be reseeding. I don't understand why they wouldn't want to do that. Puck Pittsburgh, welcome to STP VIP. Thank you for upgrading. Enjoy the VIP episode. It's out today. We're going to actually play a clip from our VIP in the second intermission so you can get a sense of what it is because, we go a little bit beyond hockey. So, okay, let's do a little scoreboard watch. Drew asked me a question, and I want to know what you guys think too. So, we got a 2-2 tie in the Caps game. We got a 0-0 tie in the Carolina Hurricanes Devils game. I haven't seen any of the game, but I can tell you that the Devils are out shooting the Hurricanes. In the playoffs, usually the team that's losing in the series should be shooting more. I don't know what kind of quality shots those are. So can't really comment on the game. But Drew asked the important question because at 10 o'clock, we're going to get Kings and Oilers. And my question to you is going to be, my nose is so itchy in here. Are the Oilers going to go down 0-3? Calvin Pickard's starting tonight, by the way. I can't imagine that Stuart Skinner has just forgotten to play hockey this year. He must have been fighting an injury all year, right? It's not been excellent, shall we say. So when we talk about, so Drew just brings this up and this is a Stan Bowman thing. Sometimes a quote sums up your series or sums up your entire season. And in this particular case, in the Oilers case, it might be a quote from Stan Bowman, and it might be one. Oh, Dobish has come in. Yeah, maybe he's just out for a little bit. He doesn't seem like he's hurt. Oh. Dobish has been good, though. If I'm the Habs, this doesn't shake my confidence at all. Montembeault's been great, obviously. What's that? Coming in cold sucks. Yes. By the way, Montreal is, I believe, on a power play. Yep. Who's in the box? Did we even see that? All right, I'm gonna check Game Center and see what that is. I did not see it. Looks like Duhaime? Duhaime. Again. On New Hook. Demonov with a shot. Good save by Thompson. So Duhaime with an interference call before they went to break, and I didn't see it. Yeah, so just quickly on the Oilers. The quote that might sum up their entire season if Calvin Pickard can't turn it around. Oh, it is Montembeault's knee. Ooh, I don't like that. The quote that might sum up their series is, "Hey, Stan, do you need a goalie?" No. And it seems like they need a goalie. If you look at the last 4 head-to-head games between the Kings and the Oilers, the Kings have won all 4. The Kings have scored at least 3 goals in each of those games. They've scored 5 in 3 of them and scored 6 in 2 of them. And those 2 6-goal games are in the playoffs. They've scored 12 goals in the first 2 games. Edmonton's got to stop the bleeding. The other crazy thing about tonight, I want you to be watching for, if you're watching that, is the Evan Bouchard, John Klingberg defense pairing. Edmonton is at home, so they can match those guys. But it's very clear that Edmonton's gone, screw it, we just got to score. And it's going to be, I believe, Nurse Eberson. Oh, nice little play. 1 minute left, 1:08. Canadiens' power plays looked really good tonight. There's Caulfield. Slafkovsky's got an open shot. That puck is stopped by Logan Thompson. What's everybody think of that angle? I liked it. Here's Demonov trying to sneak the puck in. Slafkovsky in front of the net. Logan Thompson can't see anything. Makes the save on. Oh! Demonov missed a wide open net, just a foot to the left, and that would have been a goal. That Suzuki, Caulfield, Demonov, looks like a good power play. 6:52 left in the second period. 30 seconds left on this power play. Friedman tweeted, "It is Montembeault's left leg." Did he say whether he'd return? Cujo92 says, "I'm break at work. What have I missed?" Caps fan here. You've missed the Montreal Canadiens outplaying the Caps, and the Caps kind of scoring at will, regardless. Also, Montembeault is out. Dobish is in because it looks like Montembeault's got an injured left leg, which might be welcome news if you're a Caps fan, because Montembeault's been the standout for the Caps this series. 6:16 left in the second period. Matheson and Duhaime, who has taken 4 minutes of penalties just this period. They didn't score on the second one, but they did on the first, and Duhaime didn't like that. It was a hit to the head that was only a 2-minute penalty because it was clearly not intentional, and there is some question about whether he made contact on Savard. I think he did, but maybe not in the as bad as it looked. 5:51 left in the second. Chikrin's going to move this puck up with Ovechkin and Dubois. Dubois to Chikrin. Ovechkin's following up behind him. And Dobish will get his first somewhat shot. It's like Chikrin sort of passed it to his pads. Suddenly we got a pretty interesting game. Look at Thompson, man. He's just wild in that net. He's a crazy guy. What do we think, chat? Habs are in the perfect position to play Dobish under very cautious pull of Monty. They can afford to be safe since both goalies are equally reliable. Now, Dobish, I don't believe, has played in the playoffs because he's young. But why not try him? It's also like, we call it found money, man. You found some money on the floor. If Montembeault is a little bit strained, a little bit hurt, take him out of the game, put Dobish in, get him some experience. Guy's 23 years old. He was drafted in the 5th round by Montreal. 136th overall. Just goes to show you never know with goaltenders how it's going to go. And he was really good this year. 16 games, 909 save percentage, 7-4-3. So that's a Bettman 500 for you. It's not bad. Some good numbers, man. Puck Pittsburgh says, did Dobish start out the year as a backup? Wasn't someone else there? I think there was. I forget who it was, but yes. Bum Bum says McDavid and Draisaitl are overrated. I think they're trying to make you mad. They're trying to troll the chat here a little bit. Also, their name is Bum Bum. So I don't think you can take them that seriously. Oh, it's Caden Primo. Yeah, what are Caden Primo's numbers? Caden Primo, who is also 23 years old, played 11 games, 836 save percentage, and a 470 goals against average. So that's unplayable. With the Laval Rocket, though, crazy numbers, 927 save percentage. 196 goals against average. So yeah, he did pretty good at the AHL level. He'll pull it together. That's good. Habs got a wealth of goaltending. Let's see what Dobish's numbers at AHL level were. 14 games, 910 save percentage. Not bad. Oh, Ovi completely alone in front of the net. When does that ever happen? 5:33 left in the second. Sandin gets crunched by Josh Anderson. Crowd loves that. And they're back in it. When McMichael scored within the first 4 minutes of the game, crowd went a little silent. Oh, Ovi just almost lined Matheson up. Here comes Strome, tries to get the puck across. That play is blocked. The Caps all game have been going for the NHL 2013 pass across the crease instant goal. Remember when you could just do that and it was like instantly you knew? That's a goal. That's going in. Matt Roy into the corner. Sandin slaps the puck up. Gallagher's able to stop it. Matt Roy back around to Sandin. Back to Roy, who is that puck is intercepted. Eller is able to kind of corral it, but Montreal are all over Washington again. Here comes Leonard. Eller. Mangiapane. Puck just kind of flipping around in the neutral zone. Back in. Savard gets it up. Alexiev. Puck passed. Caps are going to dump and chase here. That's Dowd. It's Duhaime. And we got a broken stick on the Cap side. A little bit of bad luck. Puck Pittsburgh says Caps going for the cross ice goal when they really just need to shoot. I agree. You get a lot better. It's a lot better if the Habs are going to cut your pass that way. Shoot it off the goalie's pads and create the rebound. Shoot it low, off the knee, off the leg. Create a rebound. McMichael. Oh! Wilson just gives that away to Nick Suzuki. You got to shoot that puck. You got to shoot. Carrier is not back in time. It is icing, baby. 3 minutes left in the second. Man, the Habs have got to be really, if you're a Habs fan, you got to be proud of how they played tonight. First two periods, anyway. They've been great. So look at Strome. You can shoot there. You can go for the shot. Or you can cut over. If you know Carrier is already down, pull the puck in around and either pass or drive directly to Dobish. You got to get in his face. You can't let him get comfortable. He's cold, as Drew said. Devils are up 1-0. Who scored, Drew? He's going to stand. He's going to tell me. Heineman, Armia, Demidov, I think, should be on this line. I don't know if they've flipped it around. Looks like it was Nico. Nico Hischier, I think. 2:33 left. Armia dumps the puck in. Oliver Kapanen out there. Joel Armia. It's a good time. It's all depth, baby, and Heineman too. No way. This is a crazy stat. Drew just dropped one on me. Dobish becomes the 10th Hab this series in 2.5 games to make their playoff debut. They're so young. They're so young. Pretzel Hunt, the Devils. Caps have got to figure out a way to get more shots than that. They do. And not the outside ones. They got to get in close and they got to shoot. Not enough. You got to get in Dobish's kitchen a little bit here. Get inside his brain. Montreal's doing a really good job of just not letting the Caps get anything going in their offensive zone right now. Last 5 minutes have been like this. Puck is over the glass. 2 minutes to go. A little chippiness there with Dvorak and Anderson. Is that Matt Roy just holding them aside? I think it is. Yeah, Dvorak and Anderson, and he just kind of was like, no. Kevin Welch says, we need Steve to do the Devil games and doing his Ken Danico impression. Well, I'll tell you something. I think maybe that's a series. If that survives, if the Leafs wrap up tomorrow night with the Sens, maybe we get Steve to pick a different series. Maybe he does the entire game as Ken Danico. Hurricanes second line center is Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Ha 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 ha. Puck Pittsburgh says Anderson's looking for a call there. Absolutely. And who can blame him? Hab scored on the power play. Go draw another one. J-Ma crew, what are your thoughts on the Florida Tampa series? I'm in shock. I am shocked. Nobody would put money on Florida walking into Tampa and taking 2 games at home. Like, that's... I know Florida's good, and I didn't know if they were healthy, but damn, dude. Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing. RDP says Panthers are legit going to the finals again. Well, I think Tampa Bay Lightning need to play them a little tougher. There's no reason Tampa shouldn't be winning games in this series. Even if they lose the series, they should win 2 or 3 games. Drew says the Leafs are going to sweep Florida. Don't worry. Oh, Drew, I was born to worry, especially with this Leafs team. They're different from last year's, no question. But like, I need them to sweep the Sens before we start talking about sweeping other teams. I need to know that it's still possible. And I would really love for them to win tomorrow. And I'd love for it to be like a walk, like a 7-2 game. Just win it without even worrying. Jackie M, don't see why you're shocked. It's the Panthers, the defending champs. Yeah, I'm shocked because I didn't know how healthy they were. Like, even Kachuk's not even playing that much. He played 11 in the first game and 13 in the second. But he's been effective when he's been on the ice, and I think maybe that's the best way to deploy him. Marchand was coming off an injury. Ekblad was coming off an injury. Like, I think it's a pretty fair comment to say, I got to make a call here when you're doing your brackets before the playoffs. How healthy are these guys? They've played the most hockey in the National Hockey League in the last 3 or 4 years. Fair to say that, bodies do have a limit. So what's that, Drew? Here we go. 20 minutes or 20 seconds to go. Suzuki. Shot taken. 14 seconds to go. Caulfield. Oh, gives the puck away. Oh, the Montreal Canadiens are ahead. Another last-minute goal this time from Cole Caulfield. Lane Hudson finds him. And that is just straight up sloppy hockey by the Capitals. Man, that's 2 times in consecutive periods that the Montreal Canadiens have scored with a minute to go. And those are absolute daggers. Daggers. Listen to that crowd. Wow. So I guess they must think that, oh, the period's winding down. It's no big deal. Oh, boy. So Dubois to Sandin, I guess, or was it Sandin that gave that up? That's rough. Kevin Welch, Cole Caulfield. Man, I'm telling you, the only guys who've been dangerous on offense for Montreal this series are Suzuki and Caulfield and Slavkovsky. Who's scoring all the goals? It's those two. Do we have, by the way, 1 second ago, do we have anything on Brandon Hagel yet? Anything? Oh, Lars Eller is looking for blood right now. They're not going to let him. Nothing, eh? Nothing, Drew? They're really probably waiting for the Barkov update. Yeah. Wow. Yanaki Toronto, Habs can't win a series with 3 guys. Maybe not, but they can win a game. They can win a game. Drew says, speaking of Florida Tampa, nobody's. Oh, we got a line brawl here. Oh, they're fighting on the bench. It's Anderson and Wilson going at it on the bench. They're fighting on the bench, and the refs on the bench trying to break them up. Anderson and Wilson are throwing them on the bench. Both these guys are getting thrown out of this game. They're getting thrown out of this game. They're going to fall over the boards. They're getting tossed. Yo, man, they might even get suspended for that. I have not seen a fight on the bench in a long time. What is happening? Playoff hockey. Let's go. Dubois and Goulet are throwing them too. The entire teams, both of them, and I think it starts with David Savard and some of the Capitals players mixing it up after the play. And it's no secret Josh Anderson and Tom Wilson hate each other. Bench brawl. I thought we were wrapping up the period. Bench brawl. Wilson's laughing. Literal bench brawl, just based on its location. I think so. Apparently, Anderson threw his glove at Wilson at him on the way out. So yeah, Wilson just comes in and grabs Josh Anderson because Anderson's beaking off, and then he grabbed Xhekaj, and then Anderson stepped in, and then Anderson fell into the box because the box wasn't properly closed, and the linesman's in there with them trying to break them up. I don't know how much breaking up he can do. It was sort of like being grabbed by the current at the beach. You're sucked into the undertow now, buddy. The linesman's laughing at first, and now he's probably not laughing. Wow. A little bit of hate erupting. The Olays are breaking out in Montreal. This is a good game, kids. All the coaching staff for the Capitals are still out there. They watched the whole thing unfold. Luke Mallet. Well, this wasn't on my bingo card. No way. No kidding. So I got to know what the penalties are. Are we even going to know till the start of the next period? I got to think those guys are tossed, right? Yeah, you can't. So Drew said, yeah, you can't call them for coming off the bench because the play was over. Can you call them for going on to the bench? Because like Wilson, it was the Caps bench, but Anderson fell into the door and the door opened, and then he was already Wilson was already sort of wrapped around him, so he falls in, and then they both stand up and they're both working their way along the boards. That is like a lot of things had to happen for that to happen. Like a lot of things had to be weird. Like if somebody had just properly closed the Capitals door, that never happens. That was awesome. I absolutely love that. This is great. Yeah, baby. I hope they're both back in the third. Don't like I say that they're going to get kicked out because that's what the NHL is probably going to do. But wouldn't it be so much better? You think they're getting kicked out, Drew? You think they're just going to get 5, not 5 in a game? Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Yeah, it wasn't. Drew makes a good point. He's like, if it was on purpose, maybe, but it wasn't on purpose. Yeah, I think so. Careless Mike thinks Anderson, Wi-Fi, and Wilson are all gone. Xhekaj, he was causing crap, but I don't think he was like doing anything that warrants him to not be there. If Wilson's not in the lineup and the Habs are sort of winning, do you play Xhekaj and let him run wild a little bit? Or do you not play Xhekaj because he's a bit of a liability? It's a good question, isn't it? Unrelated Coma says Anderson should be kicked out. Wilson was saying something to Xhekaj, and Anderson was the third man in. Marty Walls, Adam, you picked the right series to follow. Caps are losing their cool. Habs are a bunch of young studs who won't accept they're supposed to lose. Written like a true Montreal beat reporter. I like it. Pickleball Pat, this is as fun as it freaking gets. Absolutely, man. That was great. Trash Boat says, shout out to producer Drew. Go Avs. Yeah, go Avs. Wilson is peak troll here. LOL with the fake crying. I just want to see, because we've got a VIP clip to play for you guys, but I want to see when we come back from commercial break if they give us any sort of idea of what those penalties were. I got to know. That was nuts, man. That was so cool. I love the playoffs. Brian Clark, please show up Saturday, Avs. Hey, Drew, what's been the Avs' biggest problem in this series? Why are they down 2-1? He said they led for 96 minutes to start the series. They've led for 1 minute since. Can't score enough. That's a problem. That's a problem. And we know Dallas can score. Even with Jason Robertson out, Dallas can score. Yeah, Seb agrees with you, Drew. The Avs are missing all their scoring chances. Pretzel Hunt says they cannot break Ottinger. Trash Boat. 0 for 6 on the power play in Game 3. Yikes. They had a 4-minute power play to start overtime in Game 3 and did not win. How did you guys think Gabriel Landeskog did? You thought he was great, huh? Back to line 2 tomorrow. Oh, I wonder how much hockey he has left. I hope it's more than just this. You know what I mean? All right. The refs. Oh, here we go. Here we go. They're actually just going to, the refs are still looking at it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Josh Anderson was the third man in. It was Wi-Fi and Tom Wilson jawing at each other. Yeah, he might. Anderson might get it. Okay. So, Drew, we got the VIP clip from. Oh, look at Elliott's suit. Is that a corduroy double-breasted jacket, blue on blue? Oh my God, Elliott. That's vintage Hockey Night in Canada right there. Okay, we're gonna play this clip for you. It's from STP VIP, and then we're gonna come back for the beginning of the third period where we'll get all the penalties sorted out. But what we're talking about in this clip is what is widely considered the worst movie of the year, at least for a major movie release. It's also the movie that's making the most money. My wife took my kid to see it the other day. It's the Minecraft movie. Why is it succeeding? Check this out.
Minecraft, when it was released, or you know how they have that, like the reporters can all watch it the week before and then they're embargoed and then so it was by a bunch of people that review movies who are all people our age and up.
Which is stupid.
Yeah, they shouldn't be the ones reviewing a movie like this.
No, get like an 11-year-old to review the Minecraft movie.
So they all said it's the worst. It's one of the worst storylines. It doesn't make sense. They're talking in gibberish. It's all brain rot. First week, it makes $80 million.
But isn't it sort of like, okay, remember when we did Hockey Night in Cinema in London? Mm-hmm. They were talking about having screenings of the movie The Room.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And people would go and they would watch this hunk of shit movie and they would throw spoons at the screen and it was just this thing. And with Minecraft, it's the same thing. Like, don't people like throw, like, what's Chicken Jockey? I don't understand.
So Chicken Jockey is the thing that's, so essentially the TikTok, because you know, remember last year there was like the Gentle Minions, so people would get dressed up as gentlemen and then go to the Minions movie.
Yes.
In this one, Chicken Jockey is something that Jack Black yells out during the trailer. And he, so for whatever reason, it became a thing where when he says Chicken Jockey in the movie, everybody loses their mind and starts throwing candy and popcorn and drinks. And like literally like, it's like, you know, last night the Leafs won in overtime as of this recording and they were throwing popcorn in the air. Like, it's just like that. And so it's become sort of a thing. But my wife took Everly a couple of days ago.
Oh boy.
Everly loved it. 5 years old, going to be 6 soon. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was one of the best movies she's ever seen.
Right. It was for her.
Yeah.
It was for her. It's done something. It's done like double or triple what they thought it was going to do. And so when they released this movie, everybody was like, they will never release anything close to this again. This could hurt Jack Black and Jason Momoa's career. Now it's looking like, and this is 2 or 3 weeks later, it's going to get a second and a third movie.
Oh, it probably like saved their career because Jack Black hasn't his popularity taken a hit
I don't know.
the past year.
Oh, I guess there was that political thing, but I don't think it's
with
really a hit.
Tenacious D.
Yeah.
But kids don't care about Tenacious D. They're like, yeah, chicken jockey.
Yeah.
Woo. They
And
don't give a shit.
And then the other one, which is a big one, which is brewing, is the Michael B. Jordan movie.
Well, on Minecraft movie, like that doesn't make any sense to me about when people like write articles about a kids movie and they're judging it from from any perspective that an adult would have. Who cares?
It was rather
like they
disjointed.
Take your kids to the movie, and if they enjoyed it, then you had a good time.
Yeah.
Like I never get that. Like why do people care about the critical reception of a
kids
children's movie?
Yeah.
You should honestly like pitch to your boss like, I am 37, so I had my 11-year-old cousin review the Minecraft movie, and here's what they said, and you just quote them.
Yeah, or it's just like, do you think a kid might enjoy this? Yeah. Or who cares whether the adult thinks anything? Just go take your kids to it. Because I never played Minecraft. Like, I'm not the audience for this. I didn't grow up playing Minecraft, but I'm sure a kid who played Minecraft is like, cool, there's a movie about this game I played. I want to go see that. Yep. Who cares about the storyline or anything? It's just it's a weird thing to do as an adult to be like, I'm going to review this movie.
Yeah, it's risen slightly, but it's now at only 48% on the tomato meter for Rotten Tomatoes. So that aggregates all the but the popcorn meter, so people who are people that go as fans, 87%,
which is what matters.
87%.
Gives a shit.
Yeah,
I want to know why those movie writers thought it was important to review Minecraft.
I'll have a look here. Let me pull some up. The film's anarchy might reflect a lot of younger players' first experience with Minecraft, where the destruction could be just as fun as the creation. Missing on the big screen, meanwhile, is the odd, remote atmosphere that drew me in. This movie is as if Napoleon Dynamite directed it, but not Jared. For a widely imaginative world-building project, the film is mostly ghastly to look at. If the possibilities of the world are endless, why does it devolve into violent, ugly, boring warfare?
You're a nerd.
A Minecraft movie...
You use the word ghastly to describe Minecraft. Reevaluate your life.
A Minecraft movie feigns creativity by hollowing out a name brand and inserting zombified storylines that do little to capitalize or cannibalize the name.
Like, these people who write these things should have their heads dunked in a toilet.
You should be banned from every party.
Like, you shouldn't be allowed to review movies if you think that you have to judge Minecraft from the artistic merit.
You need better friends. And better editors.
No, they need better bosses that are assigning these stories.
I can't let you write that.
Do I sound like a pretentious prick? I don't know.
Here, you want to hear something pretentious?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It seems as if there is a gag or, quote, virtue signaling lesson in there. But simultaneously super tough and super soft. But like everything else in this phenomenally lazy movie, the will to execute a coherent idea is simply not there. And again, less than 50% on the critic side, 87% on the fan side. And the money is backing it up because they're doing $80 million weeks. Week after week.
Yeah,
after
so
week
it's a success.
It's
in every way that matters.
It's Jesse. It's not only a success; it's the success. It's the one movie actually bringing people to movie theaters right now.
I need to know who said that, so they can be my new favorite person.
Kevin Marr from the Times UK.
Cool. You're a bum.
And we have that every 6 months.
Yes.
Like people love talking about how the theater's dead, and the theater isn't what it used to be.
Yes.
But a couple times a year we get these. Like we got it with Barbie, we got it we got it with Barbenheimer, I should say. We got it with both of them. And then now we got it with Minecraft, and there's moments throughout the year a couple times, like whether it's 2 times, whether it's one big moment, but people still go to the theaters, just not as often. And the theater, just sidebar, doesn't help itself in these situations. That always
Why
makes me so
is that?
upset, because everything costs too much. Because they want people to go to these theaters. That Steve Dangle.
Oh, here we go.
As
He's fired up.
Father.
Yes.
As a father.
Yes.
If Leo came to you and say he was a couple years older, you played Minecraft for a few years, and he said, I want to go to the Minecraft movies.
Got it.
You're going to look at your bank account at the end of that night.
Oh.
And you're going to walk out of that theater with your wife in your hand and your child in the other one and the other one in a stroller. And you're going to say, I spent way too much money on that.
Yep.
And that cloudies people's opinion of the theater.
Yep.
Because for you to take 4 people plus popcorn plus candy plus, like, if they have the souvenir bucket, which Leo's gonna want if they have a souvenir Minecraft bucket,
yes.
You're looking at like $100 and something for your whole family to go to the movie theater, which is a crazy thing for a 2-hour experience.
I'll just go to a Leaf game.
Yeah.
I'll just go. I'll drive up the street, go to the Gens.
It doesn't
Like-
make sense for families to take people, like their full families, to movie theaters anymore. It's too expensive for 2 hours.
No, there's every time we got to leave the house as a foursome, there's a. Okay. Like there's a little bit of bravery that goes.
All right,
into
so
it.
these big theaters that complain about, like, we have this Minecraft hit and it's bringing people back to the theater. Thank goodness. Things that would get people to the theater is the theater not costing so much to get to.
It's just one of many industries that has been ripping people off for decades.
Yeah.
Going, now why aren't people coming?
Yeah, and they thought that because they never change with the times. Whenever we see old cable companies and where TV's live watching things on TV's dead now. Like, everything's on streaming. The only thing that matters on cable television is sports, and we all know that. And they always just kept pushing these cable packages because they never want to change with the times. And the theaters and the movie studios have done the same thing with theaters, where they thought that they could charge you $20 for a bag of popcorn, $25 for the tickets forever. And they'll never adjust with that because they don't realize that, hey, everything's on streaming.
Yeah.
And I'd rather sit on my couch and play on my phone and watch it on my own TV.
And popcorn.
It's seeds and butter.
You should pay me to eat it. It's just
Popcorn
it's
costs nothing to make.
nothing to make. I do love though
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
the saltiest. I like feeling. I'm salivating right now. I like feeling the damage I'm doing to my body.
No, movie theater popcorn is some of the best food on earth.
Oh,
Doesn't mean it should cost $15 for the regular size.
you ever put mini eggs in your popcorn?
No.
No.
Mini eggs aren't around the theater very often.
Oh, that's why you got to bring them.
No. You're bringing
You know how you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice.
your own. Yeah.
I think you make a good point there, Jesse, because the one thing I would say is that if you were to ask like Hollywood filmmakers, they'd tell you like, well, you've got to go see the movie in the theater. That's what it was made to be. But I think people's home sound systems and stereo systems and TVs are so good now that, okay, maybe you're not going to get the full THX sound experience or whatever, you know what I mean? But you have a relatively comfortable couch, I would assume. You've got a relatively big TV for a super cheap amount of money. Big TVs are not expensive anymore.
Nope.
You can pay a lot for one.
Yep.
But you can also get a lower rate one for relatively cheap, like a non-name brand, and it looks big. And for most people, that's enough. Is the experience of going to the theater, other than for cinephiles, enough for you? Right? Like, if it's a Star Wars movie, like, yeah, I do want to see that in theater for sure. But
For
like,
most other
I don't
movies-
need to see Minecraft in theater. Like, we could. I mean,
No.
it was something to bring
I
Everly
saw
to. But
Oppenheimer in theater because I wanted to go to the theater to see that movie.
Okay.
Like, that's how the theaters get you out, is when there's a movie and you're like, I want to go see this. Plus the theater, like, I love going to the movies. I think the movie's super enjoyable to go watch it.
I like
there.
going to movies.
But it's just, you can't do it as often at that price point.
Minecraft, when it was released, or you know how they have that, like, the reporters can all watch it the week before and then they're embargoed and then so it was by a bunch of people that review movies who are all people our age and up.
Which is stupid.
Yeah, they shouldn't be the ones reviewing a movie like this.
No, get like an 11-year-old to review the Minecraft movie.
So they all said it's the worst. It's one of the worst storylines. It doesn't make sense. They're talking in gibberish. It's all brain rot. First week, it makes $80 million.
But isn't it sort of like, okay, remember
What's up? We're back. Hey, I just want to check Game Center and see if the NHL has actually posted these penalties yet. So it looks like they have. Okay, are you guys ready for the penalty breakdown? There was a fight on the Capitals bench between a Canadian and a Capital. So the whole thing starts with Arbor Xhekaj roughing a little bit like Lars Eller. Lars Eller was kind of beacon off at the end of the period, but Xhekaj basically approached him. Arbor Xhekaj is going to get 2 minutes for roughing. Lars Eller is going to get 2 minutes for roughing against Arbor Xhekaj because they were tussling. Tom Wilson of the Capitals is going to get a roughing call against Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson is going to get a roughing call against Tom Wilson. Josh Anderson will get a misconduct. Tom Wilson will get a misconduct. But it doesn't say what misconduct. What kind of misconduct? They have not told us. We don't know. I need to know this. There was a lot of roughing going on. And it's interesting because when you look at what happened, it feels like somebody should be taking more penalties than somebody else here. But we have an exactly even penalty count. Xhekaj, Eller, both for roughing. Wilson, Anderson, just both for roughing. Anderson, Wilson, misconduct. Is it a game misconduct? Is it 10 minutes? This is crazy. That's the thing. The Game Center's really good. Like, it's really improved. But, man, kind of there are some things like if you see a penalty come up, right? Let's say you're new to the sport and you're looking at Game Center. If somebody gets a roughing penalty, you should be able to like hover your mouse over it and go, "What is roughing?" And then have it link, hyperlink, or do a quick link to roughing is defined as blah 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 in the NHL rulebook. And when misconduct is posted, you got to tell us you got to tell us. Everybody says 10-minute misconduct. Sportsnet is saying 10 minutes. Okay. So they'll be in the box for. Why would they be in the box for 15 minutes, Drew? I don't know if they got fighting majors. I don't think they got. I think they got 2 minutes for roughing. I'll check it for you one more time. Yeah, Xhekaj roughing against Eller. Eller roughing against Xhekaj. Wilson roughing against Anderson. Anderson roughing against Wilson. And both Anderson and Wilson get a misconduct. So does the misconduct run concurrent or after the penalty? So it'll be 12 minutes in the box. Wow. Drew says, he said, if that's not fighting, then I'm a giraffe. Well, I guess they're not calling it a fight. Man, that was great entertainment, though. Awesome. Now, one thing I will say is this is a huge benefit to Montreal. Huge, 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 huge. Because no disrespect to Josh Anderson, but you take Tom Wilson off the ice, that really impedes the Capitals' ability to run around like crazy out there and score some goals. Yeah, I don't know. I think, again, no disrespect to Josh Anderson, but I will take a Josh Anderson for Tom Wilson trade any day. Any day. Look at this. They're doing the full recap of it now with Sean McKenzie. So Wilson just kind of skates in. Finds Xhekaj. They start face rubbing. And then Anderson gets in there, and that's when they're fighting on the bench. Man, this is so nuts. That's a yo. I got to give the Habs credit. That's a good trade. That's about as good as you could hope for, don't you think? You don't care if Arbor Xhekaj misses time. I mean, you care a little bit if Josh Anderson misses time, but it's not like Anderson's line is scoring. It's Suzuki and Caulfield that are doing all the scoring. Brian Clark says, Drew, it was not a fight. It was a hug off. There was a lot of grappling. It was like UFC, like, we're going to hold you here and hold you. You know what I mean? Anyway, I love this. Hell yeah, playoffs, baby. Let's friggin' go. Love this. To be honest, this series has been a bit sleepy. Like, there have been some good comebacks and some good moments, but finally explodes into outright hate. And that is the slowest face-off at center ice I think I've ever seen. Everybody just fell. Montembeau's back out? Montembeau will not return. That's important. The Caps should have got into Dobish's face a little bit earlier. When Montembeau went out, it was his left leg that was bugging him. But, yeah. Ooh. Roy. Out front. Matheson. Shot! Oh, good glove by Thompson there. Great glove. That's bad TV. Asked what happened to Monty. There was a weird play where he kind of slid across the crease, tracking a puck, and he just came up a little bit lame and then changed off during the next commercial timeout. I'm wondering if he just tweaked it and he's sitting out precautionary reasons. You'd have to think because it's the playoffs that if he could play, he would play through it. But maybe they're thinking, hey, we got a lead here. We trust Dobish. Try to get the win, and maybe Monty will be back and ready for next game. .1907 left in the second. Montreal's already almost at 30 shots. The Capitals have just not had the mojo going tonight. Montreal's been all attitude in front of their home fans. Certainly a different Habs team than we've seen, and I think part of it, too, is you look at the depth. If Patrick Laine is, in fact, fighting something, you don't have somebody on the bench who can't give it 100%. Everybody on the Habs is going. The only real threat to score is Suzuki and Caulfield, but it's enough. They've both scored tonight. And good goals, too. Oh, offside here. Delayed. Van Riemsdyk bringing it up. I think you're going to start to see the Caps try to cheat for offense here. Could open this game up and make things pretty exciting, especially without Tom Wilson out there. Van Riemsdyk floats one in. That bounces a little bit. I don't think Dobish saw that till the last minute. Went by the net. McMichael fighting with Carrier. Matheson watches on. 3 Canadians on McMichael. He's still able to hold the puck. Gets it out. Back to Trevor Van Riemsdyk. That's tipped. Oh, and it just goes a little wide to the left shoulder of Jakub Dobish. And here comes Nick Suzuki. 1-on-2. Van Riemsdyk's able to break it up. Use his body to get in front of it. Matt Roy behind the net. Puck taken by Cole Caulfield. Back in the Caps' hands now. Leonard. Pressure by Gooley. There's Van Riemsdyk. Nice play. Strome, Beauvillier scores! And that's a big goal for the Great Eight. Another goal, 3 straight games with goals. I think that's his 4th of the series. Alexander Ovechkin cannot be stopped. You can only try to contain him. And that is exactly what the Washington Capitals needed to do. They needed to execute early in this thing and get back into this game. They are going to have to score again, right? And they are going to have to be open again to score. But that was a perfectly executed cross-crease pass, something the Caps have been trying to do literally all night. And Savard just cannot block that. I think it's Savard down. Yeah. Savard's been down a lot tonight trying to block passes. That time, no good. Nathan Valakat, hey, Adam, I'm here late, but I'm here. Get those likes up, everybody. Gripper Nation. Woo! Let's go. We get a tie game, kids. This is fun. We had a bench fight. Now we have an Ovi goal and a tie game and an icing. Drew says, please no overtime. I've watched 4 straight games of overtime hockey. Yeah, it was funny, eh? Like the first few games of the playoffs, nobody went to overtime, and it just now seems like everybody's going. Leafs have gone twice. Avs and Dallas had a crazy couple of overtimes. 2 overtimes in a row. The Caps game with the Canadiens was his first game in the playoffs to go to overtime. Ovi scored his first OT winner ever. Simon Benoit tied him for career overtime goals in the playoffs last night with 1. That's right. Benny is tied with Ovi for a record. How about that? It's not the record, though. Here comes Ovechkin again, turning it on. Big shot on Dobish. Dobish sees it the whole way. Liv Rue says Ovi adds another goalie to his belt. Yeah, I wonder, had he scored on Dobish yet? Maybe not. Hayden just said, wow, I'm watching the stream now, and Adam's actually keeping up with super chats. He's on his best behavior because I'm not there. Hayden's riding high, by the way. His Wild are doing great. Kaprizov already looking like the early MVP of the playoffs. I know it's really early, but you gotta, man, he's good. Mangiapane wins that faceoff draw. Shot. It just goes by Dobish. Oh, that goes over Carlson's stick. Here comes Demidov. Chychrun is able to body him out. Mangiapane. Eller, Leonard out there. Leonard, who was famously hit up by the ref earlier in the game, slammed his stick against the board. Ref couldn't get out of the way. Leonard didn't get out of the way at him. It's hockey. .16:07 left in the third period. Here comes Lane Hudson, dumping the puck in. Going to test the forecheck here without Josh Anderson on it. Habs regain possession. Tipped out at the line. It is offside. Pickleball Pat says, I was out for a bit. What happened to the Habs goalie? So if you haven't caught it, Sam Montembeault left the game midway through the second period because he was tracking a puck and his left knee kind of, I don't want to say it went out on him, but he's definitely tweaked something. He will not be back tonight. Jakub Dobish is in the net. Drew says, I don't think you can blame Dobish for that Ovechkin goal. Not even a little bit. That was just a good play. I don't even know if I blame the Montreal defenseman on that. It was just the Caps being good at hockey. It's just Julia says, I don't think we know what's hurt for sure. Elliot Friedman said it's a left leg. Oh, we got a goal. We got a goal, and it's Brendan Gallagher and Caden Gooley. Did Brendan Gallagher tip that? That's a massive goal for the Canadiens. 2 minutes after the Washington Capitals tie it up. A really slick pass by Caden Gooley, or is it Dvorak that tipped that in? Really, really nice redirect. This is a great game, guys. This is a great game. So it starts with a dump, and the Montreal Canadiens are dumping and chasing all period. And wow, they're able to gain possession. Armia, I believe, or is it Dvorak, throws the puck at the net. And is it redirected? Gallagher got it. Oh, no, it was Duhaime who's having the worst game ever. He's had 2 penalties against in the second period, and now he's tipped a goal home. Oh, Brendan Duhaime's having a bad night. Just bad luck. Now the Caps are really going to have to push. They've been kind of resting on their laurels this entire game. It's time. Time to turn it on, which means things are about to get real exciting for us. Big hit by Roy there on Carrier. Kevin Welch yells, Brendan Gallagher! I believe that's the first non-Suzuki Caulfield goal of the series. Or at least with that line out there. Marty Wall says the Habs just don't know they're supposed to lose. They're playing like it tonight. Here we go. Oh, big save by Logan Thompson. Great play across the Carrier. Thompson is there to block it. And I think where the Caps are going to get an icing charge. Nope. Ryan Leonard's able to beat out Mike Matheson. He gains possession. Gets the puck out. We got Carlson. Saved by Dobish. 14:44 left. Puck is thrown out. Chychrun is the only man back. Suzuki tries to get it to Caulfield. The puck is back open. We got a wide open game. John Carlson gives it up at center ice. Caulfield's going to get a look. Shot. Saved by Logan Thompson. Woo! That was an exciting 20 seconds. 14:22 left in the third period. Drew saying he loves the Thompson chants. Man, how do you not love the Bell Center? As long as your team's not losing in it. Right? They are great fans, man. They are great fans. This is great playoff hockey. Seed 1 versus Seed 8. The young versus the old. First versus barely there. And barely there currently has the league. And frankly, deserves it. Oh, Newhook just drew a penalty there, I think. Yeah, Newhook just drew a penalty. What are they going to call interference on that? Yeah. Okay, so Van Riemsdyk. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Van Riemsdyk was just turnstiled there. You don't think so, Drew? I think he tripped him. They both moved into each other on purpose. Well, he did set. Yeah. Yeah. Man, what a game. And the fact that the refs even have to call a penalty in the third period and against the team that's down a goal. Montreal's power plays looked really good today. They scored a goal already. Imagine they get one here. I'm kind of curious to see what the Caps would do. They got to open this up. They can't do what they're doing. They got to do something else. Deb Beneke says Dobish gives up his beer can. T.A. Neiman, this series is better than Vancouver-Nashville last season. Oh my God, it's way better. That series sometimes was so painful because Nashville couldn't score, but they could defend. And there'd be games where like the Canucks would have. What's that, Drew? Yeah, 3 or less goals in 4 of those games. There were days where like the Canucks would be like the end of the second period and they'd have 9 shots. It was crazy. That was a crazy, weird series. And that's why I thought, stupidly, turns out, that Nashville were going to be great this year. They signed some scoring in the offseason. Apparently it was the wrong scoring. Maybe they needed some centers instead of wingers. And I was like, well, why can't they be good? Their goalie's great. Their defense is great. They play a good team system. Why not? I don't know what happened. It was bad. 37C says, as a Canucks fan, I can tell you this series is way better. I did the Nashville Vancouver series last year, and let me tell you, it was so much better when it became Vancouver and Edmonton in the second round. McLeafin says, wild game we got here. Absolutely. See what you did there. Oh, Newhook for sure sold this. Oh, yeah, he sold it crap. You know what? Give Newhook credit. Go draw your penalties, man. Hey, man, sometimes refs are going to gift you something. Take advantage of the gift. Who cares? There is no karma when it comes to this stuff. Go score a goal. Again, human beings ref the game, not robots. They're going to make mistakes. Take advantage of their mistakes, too. Red Foxtrot says, I'm a huge Habs fan, and that was a gift of a call from the refs. True. Sometimes you get them. Happens every game. I think that's true. Also true. Like why the people, oh, that's offside. Why do the refs stop calling stuff later in the playoffs? It's less. I mean, obviously, I would think number one is they just want to let them play and they want it to get violent and competitive and whatever, and I get that. They also, do you want to be the ref that like Kerry Fraser on the Leafs in 1993, and I can still name Kerry Fraser. Do you really want to be the guy who made the call and it was the wrong one, or made the non-call? It's a tough gig that way. I'll give him that. That's why you kind of put your whistle away too. It's like, well, there's a lot on the line here tonight. Drew says, "Well, you can. Of course, you can say that because you're cheering for the team that's the most catered to by the refs in the NHL. Really? How many times are the Leafs the team with the most power plays? How many times does that happen? Oh, never. Well, I know Drew's just messing with me, but Ottawa Senators fans have been. I think the fine on Nick Cousins is going to give Ottawa Senators fans something to rally around. He was fined $2,000. There's Demidov at the point. Hudson on the skip the dishes ad shoots the puck in. Nobody able to get the rebound. Puck is rung around. Cole Caulfield's able to keep it in, and it was a glove pass by Cole Caulfield. But I don't even actually think it was. I feel like Caulfield did pass it to him. Anyway, the Sens fans are. Oh, we've got the emergency backup there. So rumor is his name is Patrick Chevrofiz. He's a Montreal policeman, and he is the emergency backup tonight for the Montreal Canadiens. What a night. What a night for him. That's very cool. Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot. The Mouse 96. Adam hates that linesman that tried to stop the bench brawl. Ban linesman. It was kind of funny, eh? They just kind of took him like a riptide. It's like you're coming with us, whether you like it or not. I love an e-bug situation. 12:23 left in the third. There's 40 seconds remaining on this power play. Zach CO1 says, if the refs don't want to be embarrassed by coaches in the media, maybe they should not embarrass themselves on the ice. You know, Zach, it's true. They're out there performing just like the rest of the players. Luke Mallet, bonjour les grippers. Bonsoir. That's it. Bonsoir les grippers. Listen, my French sucks. I'm not going to lie, but thank you, Luke. Appreciate that super chat, buddy. 11:55 left in the third. Not a very dangerous power play for the Habs. Oh, Logan Thompson. Oh, my God. Logan Thompson made a crazy save that he wouldn't have had to make if he was in position. This man is crazy. That was a crazy save. But again, if he's in position, he shouldn't have to make that. Montreal pressuring. 31 shots to 17. The power play has just finished. Oh, boy. All the Caps want is a whistle. All they want is a whistle and a change. And it looks like they're at least going to get a change. And it's going to be a quick one, though, because they give it right back to the Canadiens, who are all over them. 11:05 left in this third period. This game is nuts. By the way, drop some likes in the chat if you can. Like this video. Let's get it out to more fans. Come join Gripper Nation en français. Beauvillier in the corner. Down to Ovechkin. Gooley has the puck. Ovechkin to Strome. Across. Shoots. Dobich with the save. Steve actually tweeted something out during the intermission, during the second period or third period here, and he said, Dylan Strome got to play with Connor McDavid all the way through junior. Now he gets to play with Alexander Ovechkin in the NHL. Some pretty sweet line mates. And man, in both cases, he's made the most of it. Demidov gets right by Van Riemsdyk using his speed and then promptly throws it down the ice to Dobich. You could see flashes of what Demidov's going to be, though, can't you? It's there. He's pretty special, some of those skills. Here comes Ryan Leonard. Driving, backhand, blocked. Leonard's going to try to get the puck back. 9:39 left in the third period. We've got Trevor Van Riemsdyk, wide open shot, not shoot. Carlson with the shot. That shot's blocked. Slavkovsky tries to get the puck out, and he's able to with a weak backhander to center. Caps grab it, both sides changing. They're going to reset. Drew says, do the Caps have a shot in this period? I don't know. Well, yeah, they scored a goal. They tied up the game. So, yeah, they have a shot. Just not many shots. I think they finished last period with like 14. It's not been great. Here's Chychrun. Man, that Chychrun goal was crazy. He'd been threatening for a while. There's Matt Roy. Back around to Chychrun. Oh, the puck is given away at the blue line. This is the Habs' dangerous line, and make no mistake, they are dangerous. Caulfield from the side of the net. Logan Thompson has that sharp angle covered. Still gives you a bit of a start, though, because that went right into his glove. Woo! Rocky Zim says Demidov will be special just like they thought Slavkovsky will be special. He might be better than Slavkovsky eventually. There's just something about that guy. Different kind of player, too. Yeah, so Drew made a good point. He's like, Demidov might have been first overall if it was not for the KHL contract questions. And I think he's right. Mitchkov, too. Oh, yeah, Habs fans want a penalty. They're not going to call that. 7:51 to go in the game. There's no way. It's the playoffs, my babies. Canadian Girl 83 dropping 5 SDPN memberships. Kira McDonald, Ice Cats, Bewick, Kurt Blacks, and Thor. You all got gifted memberships. Welcome to VIP. Enjoy it. Our new VIP, our latest, just came out today. So you can check that out and go into the whole back catalog. Maybe upgrade to VIP ad-free and be a monthly subscriber. That means you get all the SDP episodes ad-free. 7:19 left in the game. Big shot. And Newhook just missed. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you here. I'm not sure how familiar any of you guys are with Alex Kerfoot, but Alex Newhook gives me Kerfoot vibes. Occasional scorer, quick legs, no finish. All right, here we go. Alexiev. Big stretch pass to Mangiapane. Dylan Strome cuts back. Blue line. Oh, no, it's a giveaway to Slavkovsky. 2-on-1, 2-on-2. Slavkovsky scores! Oh, my God, and the Caps just ran over their own goalie. That first line for the Montreal Canadiens is crushing it. I think Chychrun just dive-bombed Logan Thompson, who's had a rough night. He's been smacked in the head by Rasmus Sandin. He's let in 5 goals, and he is hurt. He also took a puck off the neck earlier. I think this might be curtains for Logan Thompson tonight. Pickleball Pat says the NBA's got nothing on this. This is fantastic fun. Amen, Pickleball Pat. Man, I can't believe Logan Thompson's even breathing at this point. Watch Chychrun. Forget the goal for a second, okay? Watch what happens with Chychrun here. Bam! Cross-checks him right in the neck. Or is it Strome that hit him? Oh, it's Strome. Never mind. Sorry. Boom! Oh, my God. Slavkovsky with his first career playoff goal. Good for him. And a good one, too. Damn, that was a crazy turnover, all caused by Uri Slavkovsky. And you can hear the chants in Montreal. Crash Test Fetus, where's that guy trash talking Slav now? Good point. Is Logan Thompson going to play? No. They got to get him off the ice. He's like really hurt. Why are they booing him? Charlie Lindgren, who used to be a Canadian and has been playing really well since he went to Washington, is now going to come in the game. Thompson looks really beat up. Look at this. Watch this. Strome's, look at it. Boom. So, it might be his knee. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, man. You got to feel for Thompson on that. That's rough. Like, especially if you're a Caps player, you're just there's not like listen, Strome's trying to do his best there. That sucks. That really sucks. Workshop Telescope says Caps are cooked without Logan. Man, Charlie Lindgren got them to the playoffs last year. He was great. This is not the Habs Charlie Lindgren. And the Habs might not have their starting goalie either. Drew makes a good point because remember, Montebo's out. Now, Lindgren didn't have the best year this year, 896 save percentage. He was 2014 and 3. Yeah. Man. 6 minutes left for the Caps to try to tie this game. I don't know, guys. Are we going to see a Montreal? Looks Wicked says, is there a second E-Bug? That's a good question. I don't know. I think E-Bugs are supposed to be able to play for both sides, right? Adam H88 says, good to see backups get their chance. Maybe not that way. So Lindgren was a 905 in his save percentage all year, but allowed 9 goals in his last 2 starts with the Caps when they didn't care. And it pushed his save percentage down to 896. Robert Bet, I mentioned this to Steve, but how fun would it be to see Steve and Joe Bowen do a Leafs game together? I think it would be fun, but I think they'd be talking over each other the whole time. I think Joe needs somebody like Jim Ralph to even him out. Joe's high energy. Jim's just a real chill dude. Calling a game. You're going to see a lot of rushes. You're going to see a lot of this. Big save by Lindgren. That's his first save of the series. Emily Boyce said that a Caps stream just mentioned that Clay Stevenson is the Caps' third goalie and is present. There you go. This is a crazy game. This is nuts, man. So let's look at Lindgren's playoff numbers, shall we? He must have played in the playoffs at some point, and he did last year with the Caps. Now, it's a little unfair to judge him too harshly because the Washington Capitals of last year stole their playoff spot from the Philadelphia Flyers in the last week, and then they took on the President's Trophy winning Rangers, who went all the way to the finals. However, these numbers are not great. Last year, Lindgren played 4 games and lost all 4 of them, if we remember. The Rangers swept the Caps. His goals against average, 358. His save percentage, 864. So we're not loving that. We're not loving our numbers there. But he's got a save already. James Stemler parked for the night just in time to see the goal, and Thompson getting clobbered. Got to say, if those boos were for Thompson, that's classless. You know what, guys? We got to get past the point of expecting a crowd of 18,000 people who are all amped up to react the way that we might want to in a perfect scenario. And James, I'm not criticizing you. I don't know if they were booing Thompson, but I don't know that they weren't. And I guess I would just say that Raps fans cheered when Kevin Durant got injured in the finals. It's because you're amped up. I don't think any of them are like, "Yay, Logan Thompson, screw that guy," right? I just don't think any city full of people, everybody's got a ton of decent people and a couple of bad apples. I don't think that was intentional. I give him a pass on that. Now, there are certain times, Flyers fans, where the Flyers fans will chant stuff, and I'm like, well, that's very Philadelphia. That's classless. Simon G says there's dumb people everywhere. There sure are. All right, Josh Anderson and Tom Wilson are back in the game. There's going to be some shenanigans at very least at the end of this game if there's no goals. You know the Caps are going to open this up, though. 36-18 of the shots. Mangiapane with a shot, and big save by Dobish. Drew says if they're still down 2 with a minute to go, he said someone's getting hurt. Yeah, there's going to be probably a punch up here, I would think, if the Caps can't get within a goal here. Eller, forechecking. Habs doing a great job of just flipping it back to center. Coming in, flipping it back to center. Coming in, flipping it back to center. SNAH says, Adam, it's 21,000 people. There's Centre in the Centre Bell. That's right, 21,000 people. It's the biggest arena in the sport. Most capacity. SKR13 says, sorry, just got here. Holy Habs. Right on. Give them hell, boys. And they have. They've been great tonight. They've been great. The fans are just going berserk. The Olays are out. Felix says Anderson was a waste on a bad Habs team. Yeah, but he's good on a good one. The Mouse 96 says trying to start scraps when you're up 6-5 is kind of greasy, though. Yeah, it's the playoffs. Welcome to the grease, baby. You're living in it now. You're French fries. James Stemler, the wild moment aside, how's the stream been tonight? Also, I saw a highlight of the brawl on the bench. Holy crapola. Yeah, it was awesome. This game's been great. It was kind of tiring. It was not tiring. It's kind of slow-ish, a little bit quiet, like the rest of the series has been until that moment, and that moment was nuts. Lindgren's going to cover that puck up. 4:49 left in the third period. Habs 5, Washington 3, 35-19 as we go to commercial break. Not us, but the TV. Mark says they were booing Charlie Ingram or Lindgren. Well, I don't blame them. Player 4 says, how are we only at 397 likes? What are we doing here? Exactly. What are we doing here? Man, I'm just watching the replay of Thompson trying to get off the ice. I hope it's like a sprain or something, man. I hope it's nothing that more serious. That could be pretty devastating for the Caps, especially with the season they've had with Logan Thompson. A Habs fan on TV showed a picture of Habs in 6 on his iPhone, Adam. LOL. Pretzel Hunt says they sounded like they booed Thompson. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. Jackie M. Well, I think the Habs heard you, Adam. They netted more than 2 goals tonight. They needed to. They needed to. I really need there to be no political ads. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this election on Monday. Sort of tired of this. Between the Americans, and we had the Ontario election. Now we got a federal election. It's like, okay, enough, guys. Can you all just get back to work, please? And let's watch some hockey. And here we go. We got 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes in this game. I am so ready. Canadian Girl 83. What goalies got hurts tonight? I missed most of the game. Both starters. Montembeault came up lame after he was tracking a puck with his left leg, and that's what Elliot Friedman tweeted. He said it was a left leg. Logan Thompson got absolutely crushed there on the Slafkovsky goal by Dylan Strome, and I think his skate dug into the ice, and it might have hyperextended his knee or sprained his knee. It's a strain. Something's bad. Oh, they were so a lot of people think it was Habs fans booing Lindgren, not booing Thompson. That would make sense because Lindgren's like a former player. Here we go. 4:45 left in the third. Habs out shooting the Capitals essentially double, 38-19. And they've just been all over them tonight. I thought it was the Caps intentionally trying to park the bus and play defense all night. Hasn't worked for them. Oh, it looks like that I think Chychrun just took a penalty. I can't believe they called that. I'm actually surprised. It's a cross check. Okay, guys, Brandon Hagel has been suspended 1 game. It's official. 1 game for that hit on Sasha Barkov, which I think means Sasha Barkov's going to play next game. So Chychrun got a penalty for he missed the hit on Gallagher, and then he cross-checks him. Yeah, they're going to call that. And the reason they call that, you can push off, but you can't start here and hit. Oh, but you know what? In the playoffs, it happens all the time. Oh, Wilson and Anderson are just staring at each other. Look at them. They're going to go. They're saying, no, you want to go? Let's go. Oh, they're going to go. I think the Caps might have just blown their comeback here. Chychrun's got to be better than that. Yeah, Wilson and Anderson are going to go tonight, I think, guys. That might be worth the price of admission on its own. We might not see a comeback from the Caps. We might. We might not. We're definitely, I think, going to see Tom Wilson and Josh Anderson square up. 2 of the league's premier power forwards. Wilson more than Anderson, I would say. Jason Patrick says, I think Anderson said out of the box, let's go. So once the power play is over, Wilson and Anderson. Now, without Tom Wilson, what chance do the Caps stand to, if they do fight, come back in this game? I mean, I know they're probably going to lose. I could say that. I'm not a fan. I could say Montreal's probably going to win this game and not feel like I'm jinxing it. Maybe they fight in game 4. Madman22 dropping that in the chat. Probably right. Drew says, if I'm Wilson, I don't waste my time. I fight him next game. I'm with you, Drew. I think so too. You gotta do something. But maybe score a goal for her first. Maybe try to come back. Oh. McMichael looked like he was going to get away for a quick break there. Wilson is out there on the PK. .108 left in this power play. Lane Hudson, Cole Caulfield, Lane Hudson, Slafkovsky, deep, and that's been working for them all game. The dump and chase for the Habs has been spectacular. It's been crazy. It's worked every time. It's led to 3 of their goals. Oh, and it just worked there, and I think Slafkovsky just sort of fanned on it. James Stemler, thoughts on the Sens getting fined $25K over nothing? I think it's stupid, but the NHL doesn't want fights breaking out in the they take that super seriously, and that might not matter to fans like us, but the NHL does not want fights pregame. Okay, there's a lot going on off camera right now, apparently, right at the Habs bench. A lot of people going after Slafkovsky. We're not seeing any of it because they're keeping the cameras on the puck. It is a power play after all. 10 seconds left in it. Newhook down deep. The Caps are going to get Jake Chychrun back, and they're going to get 2 minutes. And it's over. It's over. Newhook scores. It's over. This game's over. Now we might see Wilson and Anderson. It's over, baby. Montreal wins its first playoff home game since the Stanley Cup Finals at home. It's been 4 years, and they have come back in a big way. If Logan Thompson is in fact out, there is an opening for Montreal to win this series. There, I said it. If Logan Thompson is out, there is a chance Montreal wins this series. They are coming on hot. And the Caps have had no answer for them tonight. If they can repeat this, if this is a repeatable performance, do we have a tied series going back to Washington when the weekend's over? Kevin Welch says, Alex Newhook! Woo! Oh, Anderson's out there. Is Wilson out there? Crash test fetus. Imagine getting scored on by Newhook. Go Habs, go. Yeah, Alex Newhook, not a lot of finish, but he's finished that one. That was emphatic. 2 minutes and 17 seconds till this is over. What's up, Drew? Drew says this is by far Habs' best game in the playoffs. Absolutely. Not even a question. They're awesome tonight. Hudson from the point. Dubois line is out there. Strome with him. Trevor Van Riemsdyk, Brandon Duhaime, Alexander Ovechkin is also out there. The Habs just won't let them get the puck. Or is that Beauvillier? No, it's Beauvillier. I was like, why is Duhaime out there? He's not. Dubois, 148. He trips a little bit. It's Alexiev that's out there. 27. TVR is the other guy. I think you might want to put on Carlson and Chikrin, no? I love this Habs fan. Shakai helped them play with confidence. No, I think they just kicked ass. I mean, I respect what you're saying, but how about Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield and Slafkovsky got it done? And if they do that, they're going to win games. 1:20 left in the third period. Habs are... Listen to that crowd, man. How do you not get pumped? Zachary says, garbage ass game. Nobody wants to see the Habs win anything ever. The chirping. The Olays are out in full force in Montreal. 1:19 left. It's 6-3. This game is over. Does it devolve into fisticuffs? Doesn't look like it. A little pushing with Armia and Roy at the net, but like nobody's going. If Wilson and Anderson end up on the ice together, there's going to be something. Beyond that, this could be... I'm just waiting to see. I'm just waiting to see if they put Anderson out there. Because it's up to Marty St. Louis, isn't it? He's got the last change. One minute left in the third period, guys. Habs fans, soak this moment in. It's been a long 4 years. It's been 7 since you saw the Bell Center full for the playoffs and won a home playoff game, and you're going to do it again tonight. It's been a real long time. Oh, big shot to the net. Listen, the Caps are still trying. I don't see Tom Wilson out there. Heineman is out there. Xhekaj is out there to make sure nobody gets in anything. Mangiapane line. That might mean Tom Wilson. Doesn't look like. I think that's a smart move by Carberry. Yeah, they could just call it dead. 12 seconds to go. There will be no fight tonight, but Sunday night could be fight night. And this game and this series will be, at very least, 5 games long. The Montreal Canadiens have won. Jakub Dobeš stepping in for Sam Montembeault in a game where both goalies go down with injuries. Both to their legs, too. That's outstanding. Unknown to you says, hey, famous sexy guy, shout out Mike and other Mike in North Carolina. Shout out the Mikes in North Carolina. Ole, ole, ole. The Montreal Canadiens win Game 5. How's it feel, Habs fans? Does it feel good? That's big. That was a big, big game. So that the Caps are trying to steal the game puck. Duhaime's trying to get it. Cheeto says Dobeš is the new Halak. He had a good game. Played well. And the Habs are saluting their fans, and the fans are saluting back. Look at how great that crowd is. Drew said Dobeš didn't make more than 6 saves. That's true. But the ones he made were good. Didn't let a goal. Madman22, you got to give it to the E-Bug. Yeah, you do. Got to give it to the E-Bug. So we're going to be back Sunday night. And Steve is back tomorrow. 6:30 game Sunday night. 6:30 game. Capitals, Canadiens, you and me hanging out for Game 4. We will not have a sweep. And then it will be Sunday, and then we don't have another game until next Wednesday. So it'll be a bit of a break in between. So Game 5 whether Washington's up 3-1 or the series is tied 2-2, will not happen until next Wednesday. So Steve Dangle tomorrow night, me again on Sunday night. Enjoy your night. Happy Friday. I'm going to let Drew go home. Oh, Luke Millette says, merci, Adam. James Stemler says, going to watch this Edmonton-LA game before bed. Hoping Edmonton gets one. Shout out to all of you for watching. Thanks so much for hanging out. We love you guys. That was a fun night. Crash test feed is 6 saves. That's like 3 Skinner goals. True. Good night, everyone. Thank you to my team, Drew and Robert Malloy, and we will see you tomorrow night and Sunday.